Because if you think I'm here to play around with y'all, goddamn I'm not. All right.
Now you ride the wings of the tongue, you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Clack, clack.
These blacks.
I need your comforting ways to do my thing, to do my thing, to do my thing, to do my thing.
When I feel cold, you warm me. And
And when I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah. Turn that beat up, Dada. Turn that beat up, Dada. Seasons always change around. I got lost but now I'm found. You're only without me. Sweetest songs from dancing down.
Yo, bro, the other day on the panel, I ain't got the mind to argue with people right now. So I just was like, I'm like, damn, bro, like the hell? Why are people so mad, son? Mad with energy, whatever words y'all want to use.
Because, man, that's the cult that they are part of. The whole code is centered around staying mad at this Pan-African boogeyman. And anybody who's not an Indian or claiming FBA, you Pan-African. They just throw you in the Pan-African box. You like I just literally saw somebody in the chat try to say Polite was Pan-African. No, Polite was Nuwabian. Polite was Nuwabian. Polite was a scamming ass cult leader. He was not Pan-African. He wasn't wearing Pan-African on his sleeve at all. That's not what he was doing. He was a Nuwabian weirdo. But
can y'all hear me a little better now?
What happened?
Yeah.
Can you hear me better now?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I want to just point out, like, one, it's not like some personal thing. It's not for me. I know, people talk how they talk, but it's really just a business thing. Like, there is no global blackness, man. All that stuff isn't really. It's not practical. I mean, honestly, Africans aren't even Pan-African. So for Black America to try to play by some rules that don't really work in our favor, like, it helps them. Like, they can come over here and blend in with us and benefit from coming to America, but we can't go there and blend in with them. We are always going to be outsiders to them.
They outsiders here. What are you talking about? They outsiders here.
Well, not if you're Pan-African, though.
What are you talking about? What does Pan-African mean?
Literally, global blackness. You're all in it together, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't really work.
Why? How doesn't it work? Is that not how Black Americans formed? How did Black Americans form if it wasn't about black people?
Well, Black Americans made Pan-Africanism, but Pan-Africans are not Pan-African. They're tribal. They come from their country and they tribe. They're not Pan-African.
You're proving my point. Pan-Africanism is why you even got an FBA to be trying to claim. Because without Pan-Africanism, FBA don't exist. Black people don't exist here because we still would have been tribal. We dropped all that tribal stuff when we got here and we became black people. We became quote unquote FBAs. That was a Pan-African ideal that did that. That wasn't a tribal ideal. We all of different tribes.
I would argue that's American. That's American.
Hold on, real quick. Lead.
Oh, so here we go.
Lead. Yo, Lead, are you there? Can't hear you. Yeah, my bad, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're saying that the Black American identity is inherently Pan-African, and I'm like, no, bro, we became American over the process, man. Peace, can you hear me?
That's Lee, yeah, we
in the middle of slavery.
No,
in the middle of slavery, we woke up as Americans one day.
No, we did. We was never American slaves. We weren't even citizens.
Well, you can have that position, but the question was, why do people think that way? No, I'm just saying you can think that, but
wait. That's the legality.
Not everyone believes that, though.
Hence the 14th Amendment. If we was already Americans, it would never have been the 14th Amendment. We was not Americans during slavery.
We were.
I didn't even think about this, but my timeline was even more accurate. The 14th Amendment was passed during slavery, right? The 14th Amendment was the amendment that made us, like, counted us as 3/5 of a human or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, maybe I'm bugging. No, I think I'm bugging. Anyway.
We're American slaves.
Yeah, but we were not Americans.
That's the birthright citizenship
in this
amendment.
country.
Like I said, we were on the way. And now that we've done so much to become Americans, I don't want to share with niggas who can get over here and get on a plane. Like, no.
What did we do to become Americans? We ain't do nothing to become Americans. We got captured and sold off.
Slavery.
Got captured and
slavery. That was a lot of work. Listen, if we get hold on. If black people are owed money for the labor of reparations, that labor also built America. And I'm like, well, if we built this shit, we shouldn't just give it away neither.
Who said anything about giving anything away? What are you talking about? This is where we start going into what you're thinking.
Well, you're asking what the FBA problem is.
Right. Now you want to deny what Pan-Africanism really is, right? We're not moving to Africa to share in their African wealth and glory. They're coming here to share with us in our wealth and glory.
The FBA, this is how it looks. Like we're giving it away for the sake of a black thing that's not real.
How and to who?
You're sharing your pie with people who didn't help you bake it.
What pie are we sharing?
The pie of America.
These are such like elementary questions. It kind of becomes clear after a few minutes that Psychopatheist isn't really the most honest debate partner here. Playing very stupid. Like, even if I were to call you stupid, you're playing way dumber than I would have even joked.
We have no control over who comes in and out of this country.
That may or may not be true, but that's not the point of this conversation, though. That's not the.
Hold on. So you're saying, let me just clear. So the issue with Pan-Africanism is that you feel like the ideology causes you to have to share with other black people the pie that you have in America.
Well, by nature. I mean, we're not going to Africa sharing with Africans.
Michael, I'll maybe you're new here, and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but I have those far right people over here, and we talk about that here. And so, for example, if I were to tell a far right white person that the only people that can claim blood and soil to America are black and white people, the far right people can't really tell me I'm wrong. You want to argue about percentages and how much of what? Fine. But those motherfuckers can't say we were not here. This land is our land. This land is their land. We should team up together and kick everybody else off of the land. That's always been my position with the far right. That's why I don't have any real beef with the far right. You niggas are just scary. You don't want to talk to nobody. You think you know everything.
They're coming here to take advantage of what we have.
We're not sharing nothing with them either. What you talking about? We share. You making it seem like we got some pot of gold, some Black American FBA pot of gold, and they coming over here skimming off of it. That ain't what's going on.
Yes, it's called being an American. This is the best citizenship you could ever have. This is
no. You call yourself hood conservative, so I'm assuming you good with capitalism, right? And within capitalism, everybody has.
Here we go with these communist answers and agendas, bro. Communism ain't never saved no nigga, man.
Has a right to free market. So what you're complaining about, you have no control about.
Why should everybody? Hold on. Why?
Mike, look, again, because you haven't actually talked or even bothered to listen to the majority of the quote far right. Very, very few. Like, it's literally a 1% idea that they want an all-white country. The majority of them want a white majority country, which is literally the country I was born into. So having things be as smooth as it was back when I was a baby, how could I be against that? I want the country that I was born into, not the country that we're giving away to the Africans, to the Mexicans, to the Indians. I want the country that I was given.
Why would everybody in the world have a right to your American market? That's exactly the problem right there. They have no right.
That's what capitalism.
No, it don't. No, it doesn't mean that. Nationalism also. Hold on. Bro. Listen, I don't want to yell over you, bro. I don't want to yell over you. You gotta let me actually talk to you because this is gonna be like rough. If what you're pointing out is capitalism, all I'm saying is there is also a nationalism that said there's also a nationalism that says we don't have to just share it with the whole world. For what? We get nothing out of it. As a Black American, you get nothing out of a million Africans showing up every year.
Bruh. Again, we have no control over immigration. One, two. This is a capitalist society, so anybody who comes over here is open to the free market. And three, these companies ain't even in this country anymore. These countries are done left, done dipped off.
Now, the whole point of this conversation is what is the problem with pan-Africanism, right? And now when I explain to him the problems of pan-Africanism, it's like he can't hold the idea in his mind. It's I don't know if it's intentional or if it's just the way it is.
And dipped off. These countries all over here. That's why we got these tariff situations going on. It's because these big companies are out. Well, one of the reasons why, I think the only reason, but one of the reasons why, at least that's what Donald Trump hangs his hat on, is he's going to try to bring these companies back to America by threatening them with all these huge tariffs and all this shit.
Ain't none of them African companies. That's not the point. I was up early this morning doing a show about the African Union.
About jobs and economy. Like, what are we talking about?
Hold on,
I was up early this.
Say it clearly.
Again. I was up early this morning. I'm driving through a bad spot. It might be I might break up. But I was up early this morning. I was doing a show about the African Union and how, for some reason, they're claiming African Americans as like there's 6 territories. So there's North, South, East, West, and Central Africa. There are 5 territories, and they're making African America their 6th territory. And so they're including Africans and the actual African diaspora, which would naturally include Black Americans. And so they're putting us in their paperwork. And I'm joking about it. Don't totally quote me on this, but it's like they're claiming us on their taxes and we're not getting no money off it.
I don't even know.
When you say claiming on taxes,
look into the African Union.
When you say claiming,
yeah, they're creating a.
I just want to be clear. So the name in and of itself defines its purpose. So its purpose is to unify or have a union of people who are African or African descent. So wouldn't it be like, doesn't that make sense that they would connect with Black people of the diaspora? I'm just trying to understand. Doesn't that make sense or not?
Well, their purpose is to build a profile in the continent of Africa. So they want to tap in. They literally said that the Black American the Black America has a 1-point-something trillion spending potential, and they want to access that money so they can help out their own company. Their own country.
That's a myth. All that billions of dollars spending potential, that's a myth. That's misrepresented. Do Black people spend billions of dollars in this country a year? Yes. But these are not expendable funds that we're talking about. These ain't just money we just got lying around that we could just throw anywhere we want to. These billions of dollars spending power is talking about rent, car notes, student loans, gas, food. All that's thrown into the quote unquote spending power. So this spending power that people talk about is spendable funds.
Consumerism is in power.
Excuse me?
I said consumerism is in power. Spending power, consumerism is in power. Amos Wilson told us that a long time ago. Spending power, quote unquote, consumerism, buying things, that's not power.
But how did I don't think lead you on that side. I think so. Why? So what? So you don't mess with Pan-Africanism because you feel as though it makes. I'm trying to say, so your claim of access to resources in America, or are you saying just being in America itself, like there's not enough room for other Black people, there's only enough room in America for just Black Americans? Trying to understand that in this connection to Pan-Africanism and the feeling that you express.
Yeah, bro, we're full. All that empty space that you see when you be on the highways and you're like, ooh, look at that, that's nice. Yeah, it's full, bro. It's already taken.
Are you asking me that? No. Well, yeah, that is another argument.
No, the hood conservative, yeah.
Yeah, that is another argument. Like the pie isn't infinite, you know what I mean? And so
he said, I love outer space too. I love the sun. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be an astronaut, but that's just what you saying.
This is crazy. It's crazy. This is what they're hearing now. This conversation. I'm literally been talking about nothing but America this entire time, and but they're hearing loving. This is what I mean, dog. It's like this is a problem, dog. Like then they turn around and say they don't hate Africa. What are y'all talking about? Y'all obsessed over Africa. Nobody talk about Africa more than you do. Nobody. The only time I even ever.
To be fair, I kind of spread my racism around the globe. You know, I pick on different people depending on the mood. Everybody gets a turn on the wheel, bro.
Talk about Africa when I'm around you types. This is the only time I ever talk about Africa.
I just started talking about it. I just started talking about it, though.
We're not talking about. We're reading the chat. We're reading the chat.
Oh, my fault.
When you look at immigrants in America, Africans are some of the smallest groups of immigrants. I think Mexicans are the biggest immigrant group in America. So when we're talking about pie, quote unquote, like the brother said earlier, we don't control that. So to say, oh, we can't share the pie, that's already suspect to say. That's like tap dancing. Like, oh, master's giving this, we can't share it with you. I got this from the big house. I don't want to share with you N-words in the field, right? So we gotta.
You know, somebody raised this question somewhere along the lines when I was just scrolling through Twitter, and it stuck in my head. And it's kind of why we're doing the show today, the problem with Pan-Africa and Black liberation. Bro, it's 2025. If you don't stop calling these fucking white people master, like, it's kind of getting a little bit weird, bro. How long ago was slavery and they're still master in your mind? They don't even call themselves master. The closest you get to that is like some weird, I want to have sex with a black girl type of stuff. They don't even look at it that way. Only niggas call the white man master, bro. You got to stop that shit. Let it go.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Read between the lines on what we're saying. Like the brother said, we don't control commerce in America. We don't control industry in America. When immigrants come to America, whether they are coming to the technology sector or whether there are babysitters and home care, they're coming because there's jobs here for them by the people who run the society. When you see.
Hey, David, your last name it kind of sounds a bit German. Is Master German for overmaster, like overlord? Is that what you're going to change your name to, overlord? I'm hearing a little Germanic swagger in your last name.
Nannies, immigrant nannies, be they black or whoever, in Manhattan, we see whose children that they're taking care of.
Oh, okay, I was close.
They're not.
I was close. I knew there was a Kaiser somewhere in your history. I knew it. I can smell the Kaiser on you, goddammit.
Taking care of children in Brooklyn and the Bronx. When they go to the tech sector, they come here and what do? They underpay them. Why pay an American citizen $300,000 a year when I could pay somebody $100,000 a year? So again, we don't control that. But to have our energy directed at the people who come here it doesn't make any sense. Now, if we
it's not about the people, bro.
Morning night, man. We're talking about the FBA, Pan-Africa, black on black civil war here. I was over there on this is Q Butter's channel. Gonna review this for a minute, then I'm gonna show you guys some magical things. A lot of magical Negroes up today.
Well, let me make this. Let me make this.
Yeah, it's not about.
Let me make this last statement, and then I'll let you chime in. If we're really concerned about immigrants coming into this country, then we need to be concerned about the people who allow and who control the industry of the people coming in, and also those same people disenfranchise those people in their home country.
Well, that's your own leadership, Democrat and Republican. But let's talk about Democrats for a second, because everybody's going to vote Democrat. Gavin Newsom, there was a farm being raided the other day. And this isn't about Africans, by the way. Let me just make a point. There was a farm being raided the other day for immigration or whatever. And so they got like illegal immigrant kids working on the weed farm. And it turns out the owner of the weed farm is a big donor to Gavin McGinnis, who's like the mayor or the governor of California, right? So yeah, it's big money in that. And I would imagine that when it comes to like the African immigrants, they get tapped into that too in a lot of their own ways. They got a lot of little networks to help people out, but either way you look at it, it's undercutting the American workforce. And Black America is the American workforce. And I don't know how being Pan-African means that you don't think about Black America first when you literally have to be here. They have a country and an identity that they can fall back on. They can stop being American on the plane. And one day they can quit being an American. We got nothing but this.
You said.
See, I think we have to.
I want them to elaborate a little bit more. So, can you elaborate on? You said Pan-Africans. So, in your opinion, Pan-Africans haven't did anything, or haven't. What you said, Pan-Africans haven't did nothing for Black Americans, or they don't focus on Black Americans.
What I said was I don't understand how being a Pan-African means that Black Americans don't come first anyway. Because you live here, like imagine being in your house and your house doesn't come first. Like,
you feel as though Pan-Africans don't put Black Americans first?
Well, it doesn't seem like that's what's happening because the Black Americans want to be. Black America is asserting itself right now. That's what the SBA thing is. Like, listen, we have our identity. We don't want you to just come in and cosplay it or try to take it over and make it something else. Like this whole thing blew up with the Essence Fest thing. But low key, there's been a simmering sort of, beef the whole time anyway, because the whole Black identity is not global, bro. Everybody loves their own people, as you should.
You know what? Let's stop right there. We might come back to that later. I don't know how long I'm going to run this. We might even open up a panel. It's actually kind of early. But since I got you all here, welcome to the show. That was like the longest intro ever. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button as you make your way in. All the church members, take your seat in the front row. Thank you so much. Let's talk about immigration. And we are kind of low-key doing the FBA Africa thing right now, but because I love the funnies, I got to share this one with you. The immigration thing is just hilarious all around. Like when you look at it in totality, I want you all to go home and be great.
Hi, so tell me about yourself.
Sir, I am sitting in front of yourself, myself Rakesh Mohanty, and I am technology mad. But if you will ask me what is my passion, I will say hardware. But this is for the first time I am doing on Spiky.
Skype, you mean?
Pardon, sir?
Go on.
Sir, I am from Jharsuguda. I studied 10th Saraswati Sishu Vidya Mandir, graduate Cambridge Institute, Ranchi, not from England, note it. And I am putting my screwdriver everywhere and seeing what is happening. I am a hidden scientist.
Okay, so what experience do you have?
Sir, I am working with BSNL telephone company. Whenever the line goes off, I ride the telephone khamba and make the line good. And during my spare time, I chat on girls on Facebook. And also I collect pan masala wrappers. I have a huge collection, almost 2,000.
And how do you see yourself progress in this career?
Sir, I will have a fruity career.
Hey, it's not just the Africans, all right? So don't think it's just an African thing. But as I was saying, everybody gets a turn on the wheel. Lord knows how much work I've done with the Indian subcontinent. I think I've broken a record. I don't even want to go back there now. But let's get back to this African thing.
Yeah. First of all, let me explain how I got this flow.
I would like to get to know if I could. Oh, could you love me and leave me?
I think this is like African Idol. African American Idol, though.
When I can't sleep at night without you by my side.
Why even be Pan-African when they really want to be like us, bro. We got like psyoped into being like them, wearing dashikis and shit like that. African medallions, you know, remember the leather medallion era? We got psyoped into trying to be like them for a little while. They've been wanting to be like us, hard body, forever. And I think we should just own that shit, bro. We really should.
I can just ride, but I cry. Pain in my head, though I'd rather be dead.
I remember like a couple years ago, I'm listening to the radio, like, why is all this African music on my radio? Who made this call? I do not approve of this. I go to Africa, I'll hear African music. Fine. Here, tell me all about your stars and all. Oh, who's that guy? Oh, yeah, he's cool. But I don't want to hear that over here. You guys come over here, you do what we do. Angry Snowman, I bet you had your African leather medallion back in the day. Trying to be down with the brothers and shit. I bet you Angry Snowman had an African leather medallion in Indianapolis or wherever the hell he was.
R-E-S-P-S-T-T, find out what it means to me. Look at me, I've been running blind and true. This in Texas, and no hold on.
I can feel when the stick will get into me. I've been thinking.
Not Afro Beyonce. Oh. She Be All Night. Oh, stop. All right. Come on, hit that like button, y'all. Let's get into it. Talking about this African-American, Pan-African, ADOS, diaspora, civil war.
I'm African-American. He is straight African. How do you see African-Americans?
I see y'all as slaves.
And what makes us slaves?
Because you built a nation that controls you.
How does it control us? We got NBA, NFL. We running it.
They use you as dancers and
Niggas said we still slaves though. African-American Idol. Shout out to Big Time with the 5 ball. He says African-American Idol ? How many small hats can you name on the producers list? Whoa, backing away slowly there.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
Shout out to Big Time, the chosen one. Thank you for the 5 ball. Hit that like button, y'all.
Well, they paying us $100 million plus.
Yeah, but then they own the money.
So the Africans, how y'all see African Americans?
Huh?
How do Africans see African Americans?
We see y'all honestly as, if you want the truth, we see y'all as our heroes that have given up on themselves.
Damn, son. They want us to be great like they imagined us being great. They said, listen, we sent y'all over there with the white man, and we need y'all to be more like that. That means we don't need to be Pan-African. We just got to be great the way we got to be great. We don't need that Pan-African shit. Like, what y'all trying? The Africans is literally like, yo, y'all need to step it up, man. Stop trying to be like us. Look where we at. Big Time again with the 5 ball. He says, what did the Negroes in Zimbabwe use for light before candles and electricity? Ooh, that's a good question. I guess, I don't know. They lit wood. Did they even have torches? I don't know. Because, like, without, even wax or, like, some type of oil to burn. Yeah, that's a good question. Bro, stop with all these questions, man. I don't know.
So the Africans, how y'all see African Americans?
Huh?
How do Africans see African Americans?
We see y'all honestly as, if you want the truth, we see y'all as our heroes that have given up on themselves.
But I know a lot of Americans that see y'all, they be like African booty scratchers.
It's the persona that the white man has printed on you to dismiss your brother. Because you got to divide me to conquer me with you.
But you divided us.
Now, how is it? And shout out to my man DK in the chat. He says, that's one man. We are 1 billion people in Africa, and that's not our views. We love and support y'all, but lately, damn. And he's not lying. There are like 1 billion Africans. African is like the hot spot of world population growth right now. Everybody's kind of depressed or under the replacement level. Africa is growing like crazy. That's why we need to keep them there. All right. The more of y'all are there, the more of you got more hands on deck to make Africa great again. You can literally lift your continent above sea level a few inches higher. There's so many of you niggas. If you all put your hands on the ground and lift it as one, you could literally raise the continent of Africa above sea level a few more feet. It's literally billions of these niggas, man. They got to stay there. But no, and I get what you're saying. It's not every African person is some kind of hateful anti-Black American. No, of course not. Of course not. It's not even that. It's not personal, though. It's literally like we have to do what is best for us, right? And what's best for 1 billion Africans is not what's best for the few million Black Americans living in America. You see how that works? What's best for all of them doesn't translate into what is best for me. And I'm all about me, baby. I don't know you niggas. I know me and these niggas over here. For better or worse, the good, the bad, and the ugly, this is my team. Even the white people, this is my team. Y'all got a team. Y'all got a flag. Y'all got like 50 languages, all kind of stuff y'all got. We got this. This is what we got.
No, please don't beg me. She's in an advanced state of pregnancy. It's quite common for pregnant ladies to travel overseas so that they can have the baby in whichever country to automatically get that passport. What's your final destination today?
No, today.
Today?
Today in London.
Okay.
But I'm going to the US tomorrow.
You're going to the US tomorrow, okay. When you went for your American visa, did you tell the visa officer that you were pregnant?
No.
You did? No. Okay. Is there any reason why you didn't tell the visa officer that you were pregnant?
Trying to sneak and have an anchor baby. You see it, you thought it was the Mexicans, right? Trying to sneak over here and have you was trying to have a Black anchor baby. You was gonna slide that little nigga across the finish line like his name is Jermaine. Oh nah, you was gonna land Onfufu was gonna have that anchor baby in America, and then she's gonna name him Jermaine like he been here the whole time.
I'm done.
It didn't come up. So what I'm going to do is...
The woman is only 7 weeks away from giving birth, yet has decided to visit her sister in America, claiming she will return 3 weeks before her due
It says
date.
that you're fit to travel. Babies born in the UK don't automatically qualify for a British passport, but babies born in the US do automatically qualify for an American passport. So it's quite common for pregnant ladies to travel overseas so that they can have the baby in whichever country to automatically get that passport.
So you're gonna stop in Britain, get a quick bowl of jollof from your family over there in Britain, get right back on the plane that same day, and then have the baby in America tomorrow while you still had the jollof in your belly. It's wicked, bruv, wicked.
Sarah is suspicious of the woman's motive for traveling to the US via the UK, but she could also be in breach of airline regulations for traveling whilst pregnant.
When is she due?
5th of June.
When is her return?
16th of May. So she's got 3 weeks between her return date.
Damn, he African. He already know the game. He already did the math in his head. He just got to walk slow. He got to talk slow like he don't know what's up, though.
And her due date, which makes her 37 weeks pregnant, which is over every airline's limit.
The woman is in breach of the airline's policy, but as she has a valid US visa, Sarah must now contact the US Embassy.
Hi, it's Sarah. I'm at the airport at the moment. I just wondered if you could give a call to the American Embassy so that they can check an American visa for me.
I hope they hang up on you. I hope whoever answered that phone on the U.S. end of the line is a black woman and she get an attitude and hangs up on you.
She's at the airport today, and she's in an advanced state of pregnancy. So if you can just give them a call and find out if they're happy with that, and if so, then we can let her travel.
It's minutes before the flight leaves, but whether or not the pregnant woman will be on board is up to the US Embassy.
Right, okay, all right, I'll do that then. Okay, thanks very much. All right, thank you, bye-bye. Okay, that.
Oh my goodness, DK, don't sell me snake oil, DK. You just got here. I ain't even pick on you for being African or nothing, man. And here you go trying to sell me snake oil. You see, man? That's what I'll be trying to talk about, man. Crafty motherfuckers. So I don't trust nobody, man. I got trust issues all around, I tell you. It's hard out here for a brother. DK says, yeah, we all need to unite. We all black, whether Africa, American, or Caribbean. Plus AA are now dominating Hollywood and music industry. A united front mean $1 billion market for y'all. No, that's not what that means, bro. That's not what that means. Maybe you guys should like dominate in Nollywood. I hear the Nigerian film industry is like booming. Why you gotta come over here and try to, be a part of the Hollywood, black Hollywood thing? Black actors, man. But like, all right, let me be serious. There is no pan-blackness. It doesn't work that way. American dollars are for the American economy. Nigerian dollars, whatever they're called, are for the Nigerian economy. South African dollars are for the South African economy. This global blackness is pie in the sky, bro. It's not real.
With the American Embassy, and they want to speak to her today.
The flight will be leaving without the pregnant woman. Now Sarah must tell her the news.
So what I've done is I've contacted the visa man and explained your situation. What he'd like to do is can you go back to the embassy here in Lagos, show him all this paperwork, and he'll want to speak to you. I'm sorry, I know it's frustrating, but if you can go back to him, because Madam, I'm begging. No, please don't beg me. Please don't beg me. No, Madam, please don't beg me.
You see, she's begging to come to America, bro. We are the prize, goddammit. How long have you been hearing this in the black manosphere, right? We are the prize. Not them, us. We are the prize. Ain't not one nigga in America ever begged to go back to Africa. Literally had to hype you niggas up with fantastical dreams of going with this Garvey thing and starting a whole new black country. Niggas have never begged to go back to Africa, bro. We are the prize. Look at her begging. Beg a little bit more. I like the sound of that. I like to hear women beg.
Madam, please, I'm begging. No, please don't beg me.
See, the white girl can't take it. I can take it. Give me some more, yeah.
See, here in Lagos, show him all this paperwork, and he'll want to speak to you. I'm sorry, I know it's frustrating, but if you can go back to him, because Madam, I'm begging. No, please don't beg me. Please don't beg me. No, Madam, please don't beg me.
The pregnant woman did not make it to the USA. When she failed to turn up at the American Embassy, her visa was cancelled.
Damn. So they just sent her back to the place that she came from. They sent her home. Must have been awful to go back home.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Remember when we became African Americans, because I worked in the black marketing department at Coca-Cola when we were selling Coke to our people. And the vice president came in and said, okay, we are now African Americans. We were like, alrighty, African.
How you spell that again?
Right.
Is it two ways?
And I heard this white woman was sitting next to me and she said to another white woman, they don't know who they are.
Real talk though, Black America has been reeling from one identity to the next for like the last 2-3 generations, man. I'm cool with just being American. I think it's a fine identity. We have a history. We have our own mythology. We have our own struggles, or our own landmarks and shit. Like I was joking about driving through South Carolina. Like I can just feel the slavery in the trees when I drive down highways in South Carolina. Like we have our own things here. I'm good with this identity. I'm tired of trying on shoes. Let's just pick a good pair and leave the store already.
Wow. That's what I said. And I'm gonna take my wig off and I'll be honest, I did not know what to say to her. I didn't know what to say to her.
But in a way, it's kind of true though.
That's why I didn't know what to say.
No.
Remember.
Anyway, back to this.
So the Africans, how y'all see African Americans? Huh? How do Africans see African Americans?
We see y'all honestly as, if you want the truth, we see y'all as our heroes that have given up on themselves.
But I know a lot of Americans that see y'all, they be like African booty scratchers.
It's the persona that the white man has printed on you to dismiss your brother. Because you got to divide me to conquer me with you.
But you divided us and said we are slaves.
Yeah.
But they got y'all too, ain't it?
No, they don't.
You went back, I'm your brother, I'm lost though.
Because I could say tomorrow, if I'm done with this shit, I could go home. You can't go home. You stay here.
CMB, bro, we all we got. And he not lying. He can go home tomorrow. Never ever speak a word of English for the rest of his life. Just go home and it's all clicks and whistles for the rest of his life. We got to be here. We got to make this shit work. Can't whistle our way through this shit. Can't click in America. Got to talk properly.
Black people and black people only. Are y'all okay? Do y'all even see what's going on? The very visible divide that is happening, that we are allowing to happen in our generation, that we can clearly see is an invisible hand causing and stirring up division. Y'all really about to sit back and let this happen? Black Americans, we are not boycotting no Africans. I'm sorry. We are not boycotting our brothers and sisters, especially if y'all ain't gonna run it back on the Chinese, the Arabs, and all of those other people that's over in America that's cutting up and been cutting up for years. We're not gonna do it. I'm not saying who's right and who's wrong, because to be honest, everybody in the diaspora is wrong. And everybody ain't S. And that's the real. We're going to get down to it. Now, what do I mean by ain't none of us S? None of us are actually free. The only one of us who is free is Burkina Faso. And he's fighting for his life every day while we're over here on the internet playing internet games. We're literally around here fighting with each other when we should be either aiding him so that all of us can end up free, or we should be doing whatever we need to do in our own silos, in our own countries, in our own groups, in our own tribes. But instead, we around here acting like we got it like that. Oh, this one is more successful than that one, and that one is... No, stop it. We are all the same. We all have that talented 10 who made it out and is doing good, and we all have the poor ones, which is the larger demographic, who is still suffering because of what some other group did to us while we fighting with each other, instead of fighting the ones who did this to us. Y'all, we got an enemy. We have a common enemy who literally sat down and strategized how they could dismantle our communities worldwide. That is who we should be boycotting, and that is who we should be boycotting alone.
We don't have worldwide communities, and those communities, put it this way. Why does pan-Africanism never forget the white man's slavery, but it totally forgives the Africans that sold us to the white man? How you just let them off the hook so easy? Because they black?
Say who's right and wrong again, because like I said, everybody is wrong. When you came to America, they told you negative things. You believed it. You regurgitated it.
So yeah, there is a movement I'm trying to dig up this video. I got tons of clips here today. But a lady is trying to organize an African boycott. Let me find her video. Like literally digging in the crates right now. Oh, here we go. The African boycott lady. Starts August 1st, y'all.
I'm making this video because I wanted to support Shaya's Shelf, who is promoting a protest for August 1st. Complete blackout on African braiding shops, restaurants, and stores, right? I'm absolutely here for this. I'm showing my support because I do this in my everyday life. I do not shop with the Africans. Ain't no African ever braided my hair, put their hands in my head, or none of that, right? I don't do the restaurants. I stopped like years ago. I do not shop with their stores. If I walk into a store and I accidentally realize, oh, not for me, right? So she's encouraging that we do an August 1st protest all through the month of August. I think it should continue throughout for the rest of the year, right? Let them really feel the heat, okay? Because they are confused about who they are, who we are, and what this is all about, right? They're so busy licking boots. They don't seem to want to give us our respect. They need a wake-up call, right? Because clearly they don't understand that the large majority of why you are even in the space that you're in is because of us, and that our dollars are the ones that pay your bills. Because we black them out. I want to see how many white people finna support y'all, right? I want to see how many of y'all businesses is really going to be able to stay afloat month after month of black people not supporting you, right? Like, let's really be about it. So in support of Shaya's Shelf, I am even pushing past August, but it starts August 1st, okay? Complete, total blackout on Africans, period, okay? Let them know what time it is.
Now, obviously, I'm not a part of the hair braiding business, so you know, girls gonna fight how girls gonna fight. Shout out to Angry Snowman with the $2 super chat. Sell you and then try and steal you. No, I'll sell you and then try and steal what you helped build. I'm trying to tell you, man, this is a wicked move that's happening here. First, you sell us to the white man, and then you come over here. They low key gonna try to take us back. This is all a long scheme to re-capture their old property. They're like, we didn't sell you to the white man for you niggas to be walking around all free and shit. This is all a long scheme to reclaim their old property, bro. I'm telling you, you can't trust these crafty Africans. Shout out to Angry Snowman.
Oh, yeah. There is powerful niggardry at work here.
Telling you, bro, watch out for the move. It's gonna happen. They're gonna hit the Order 66 button one day, and next thing you know, we're gonna be on an African plantation.
Your mind is not blown yet, baby. So I messed around and asked Chat GPT, right, about the mechanisms. What mechanisms is the African Union planning on using to get money, the $1.7 trillion buying power of African Americans to their countries? Because I don't understand. How are you going to get our money? What's going on here? And then I asked, does Rich Lou Dennis, the founder and chair of Essence Ventures, is that one of the things that he's doing? And this is what ChatGPT told me. Yes, it absolutely seems like Rich Lou Dennis, the founder and chair of Essence Ventures, is putting in place exactly this kind of mechanism, mobilizing African-American economic power to fund and foster long-term partnerships with Africa. Essence Full Circle Festival and Global Black Economic Forum. Since 2018, Essence Ventures has hosted the Essence Full Circle Festival in Accra, Ghana, a cultural meets economic summit uniting hundreds of U.S.-based Black business leaders, influencers, and African officials. They had a global Black economic forum that focuses on trade, diaspora investment, entrepreneurship, and infrastructure deals. These events create structured pathways such as conferences, masterclasses, and deal-making tables to funnel African American investment, tourism dollars, and commerce into African economies. Strategic cultural economic partnerships. Essence Ventures has since expanded partnerships with African governments and institutions, most recently in 2024 with Nigeria's Ministry of Arts and Culture to co-develop initiatives under frameworks like Origins and Destination 2030. Their chief of diaspora engagement, Barku Tubman Zawolo, is actively building systems to scale diaspora capital flows into Africa, according to Business Wire. And then they give this table. Y'all looking at this table now, right? It says, so the mechanisms are going to be through events and forums they're going to hold, summits in African cities, introduce investors to business and investment opportunities, diaspora mobilizers, staff like Zawolo coordinate diaspora pipelines for investment and engagement, the government and cultural court partnerships, agreements with countries such as Ghana or Nigeria, fast-track initiatives, tourism and trade, media and commerce, Essence Magazine, and Essence Magazine and festivals promote African goods, travel, and business opportunities to the United States. It was always Essence. And we were right that it was turning, quote unquote, Africanized. Everybody was saying that. And now people are talking about, no, I know it's not. Yes, it is, because they just said to promote African goods, travel, and business opportunities in the U.S. Now, let me continue. Investment in tourism funnels. Okay. Organized group trips.
Now, earlier, somebody was telling us how this is all good for the Black people in America, when literally the whole scheme is to build up Africa with Black American dollars.
Classes, pitch sessions, and travel offerings drive real economic exchange. So yes, Essence Ventures is actively attempting to channel part of that 1.7 trillion African American buying power into Africa using a deliberate and expanding ecosystem of cultural events, meaning our own events, business summits, and government alliances. It's not a
yeah, she's just reading off Chat GPT. She needs the computer to get her to the to trim out the fat and get the meaty parts. She's just a girl. Leave her be. Let her talk.
One-off charity. They're building a movement linking commerce and culture, trade and tourism, diaspora networks, and African development. In short, they are creating a concrete model for diaspora-led economic investment, exactly the kind of mechanism we discussed earlier. So certain things are not by coincidence, everyone. See?
So with all of this, the dysfunction and the what they call it, the lack of resources that, you know, they say Black America is being denied, the Africans want to come over here and put their hand in our pocket. That's the plan, right? And being a Pan-African, you're supposed to be okay with that. Give them some money. Let's go build a skyscraper in Nairobi.
I'm not crazy. Oh my gosh. Not crazy at all. Okay. Not crazy at all. So this is not coincidental. None of this is coincidental. None of it. It's not just it just so happened to be at Essence Festival. It just so happened that he bought Essence Festival. It just so happened. None of it. According to Chat GPT, all that stuff is line by line. Oh.
What is the American identity under the umbrella of Pan-Africanism? What does that even mean anymore? Do you even get to have an American identity under the umbrella of Pan-Africanism? Or do you have to prostrate yourself in front of your African betters?
Oh my gosh. So yes, that is exactly what's going on. So if you go to Essence Festival next year, this is what is happening. This is the plan for the money. It's all there. They've been planning this thing since 2018, 19. But here's the thing though, COVID hit. So I think kind of backed it up a little bit, okay? But celebrities and everything have been on this. So all of them, the celebrities, so all of that. Now we make celebrities make their money. Celebrities make their money off us. And so they've been planning our money to where our money going. The way there are so many communities here in the United States of America and so many scholarships and so many things that we need too here, okay? And so many shopping centers and grocery stores and stuff like that here that we need. So much venture capital that we need to build up our communities. And wow. My thing is, where is the ownership? That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing a whole bunch of yeah, we gonna have some goods we gonna be selling, and we gonna be taking people places, traveling, and
Hey, Chocolate Bunny, I tell you what, I'm gonna give you a temporary privilege. Temporary. Well, this is a test run. We'll see how it goes. I gotta decide how much I like you after this. But I'm gonna give you a temporary privilege to drop the link in the chat. If you could help me out with that link you're talking about. Give me 1 second and I will get you wrenched up. But yeah, I would like to actually see that link if you don't mind.
Group trips and master classes and travel offerings and all this offerings, but Black America has to own. Like, are these ownership investments? I mean, what type of investments? Because just saying investments doesn't mean anything. Like, what is it? Ownership investments, or like what? Like what? Are they expecting us to be the type of investors that lend money without owning any equity? What is it? Like, what is it? Because what? What? Like, I don't understand. Like, of course, ChatGPT didn't say whether it was like own. Maybe I should look it up. So no, here it is. No. So it's just investing. It's not, we would have, if a Black American wants to own land, we would have to go through each country and the chiefs and whoever else to see if they'll let us own the land. But the African Union does not have the authority to let us own land. So basically it's like just investing. It's just, here you go. Let's partner up and let's do this. You buy our goods. You buy our goods and help us. That's what it is. Okay, so oh my gosh. So there's like right now there's no ownership involved. So they want to tap into the trillions of dollars, but there's no real ownership of anything. There's no real ownership. No. This is just a get some of Black American money to buy stuff here and go on tour and tourism and all this stuff, all the things, just not ownership, all the things.
Shout out to Africa. All my life, Africa needed money. My whole life, they needed our money.
I need that money. Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
How did you feel when they turned the conversation because of Target and Caroline, your CEO's past involvement with Target? They turned it into a Black American versus Black African conversation, and that whole thing exploded. Of like, Essence is losing its focus on Black Americans.
That's one of those ones that I struggle with understanding intellectually, right? for a host of reasons. We had 40 plus acts and performers. That to me doesn't say that we're losing our center. We remain extremely centered on African American culture and on Black women. That's our center. That doesn't mean we can't expand out from our center. All it means is we can't lose our center. So if you were there, you know that we're still centered. There's also sort of the philosophical approaches to this. Is my entire life has been dedicated to uplifting Black. I've focused it on.
But see, now the problem, because what does that really mean? Because this Black means every nigga around the world with more melanin than a little bit, I'm not really interested anymore.
Economics, on the economic side of Black, because that's what I know how to do. That's what I'm skilled at. As I said earlier, I grew up, King, Garvey, Lumumba, the thinking around, hey, we have a much better chance of developing and growing our communities when we find the commonalities and the alignments, and we're working towards shared goals and shared objectives. When we don't do that, we become much smaller, right? And much more volatile and much more vulnerable.
I can't even believe you.
Vulnerable to who? The white people? To the white man? It's always about the white man. And I don't like this. If your concept of Black is centered around organizing because the white man gonna get you, then that's the punk ass Blackness, and I care not for it. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm only Black because the white man gonna get us type of thinking. And I think that's a huge weakness in this concept of pan-Africanism, or even just Blackness in and of itself. Like, we can only come together under the banner of don't let the white man get you. It's not a working banner. And then it allows all the other people, all the other Blacks from around the world who have their own problems and their own struggles and their own goals to come now, stand next to you and pretend that they care about your problems.
Took the time to explain that. If
Well,
me,
but, I mean, some
if
people
me,
need to
Buju
hear-
Banton, and DeVito are walking down the street and a white supremacist see us, guess what he see?
Black.
Niggas.
That's it.
What are we talking about here?
Because y'all took ownership for a lot of things even before the articles hit, right? The things that you're like, this is nonsense, we're not going to take ownership for that. Do you ever feel like it's kind of like unfair? Are you ever hurt by it? Because you do so much centered in Black people.
Yeah.
Regardless of where they.
And Reggie, I've covered this ground too many times already. I don't want to do it again today, but there's way too much evidence of when you're a Black person coming from a Black country, like if you're an African coming from Africa, if you're even Jamaican coming from Jamaica, your whole life is basically surrounded by Black people, you don't really see yourself as Black in the way that America has this sort of Black subtext or whatever, the subgroup. And the thing is, when they come here, they identify themselves with their people, who they are, where they come from.
Yeah. I don't have the luxury of being hurt. I think we build brands and we're involved with brands that are all about our culture and all about our identity. And we ride hard for it, right? So the person that made that mistake, I could have walked in and fired that person. I chose not to, because that was a person that was trying to do something and trying to create something, and that deserved an opportunity to fail. They are today running one of the most acclaimed agencies out there. If we had reacted differently, they probably wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, right? So it's our responsibility to give them an opportunity to fail. I have.
Chuck Wu says FBA is fueling the biggest resurgence of pan-Africanism the world has ever seen. I would counter with pan-Africanism dies if it can't get a foothold in America. If there's no America to aim for, then pan-Africanism falls apart, because pan-Africanism isn't an African thing. It needs America. And so if American blacks aren't really the energy for pan-Africanism, then it dies.
Chosen to spend my career trying to develop businesses and economic engines in our community. If I were so thin-skinned that, you know, every time I did something wrong, or every time people perceive me to do something wrong, I walk away from what the mission was, we wouldn't be here, right? We wouldn't have these hundreds of businesses. I wouldn't have.
But then Honeypot wouldn't have been what they are.
Honeypot wouldn't have been here. Mael wouldn't have been here. Lip Bar wouldn't have been here. Solo Funds wouldn't have been here. I mean, you name it. The list goes on and on and on. The other thing is, because what we're doing is so novel in our community, I have an accountability to say, hey, this is what's working and this is not what this is what's not working, right? People have the right to decide whether or not they want to rock with us. When something goes wrong, when something goes right, we're going to be here for both.
And I'm glad that you're open to all this criticism, but the reality is it's hard to explain business to people who don't run one, especially corporate business. Especially when you are, you know, a black person running a business, trying to do things specifically for black people. We are so hard on each other, man. I haven't heard Essence be talked about this much in years, at least Essence.
In probably decades.
You know what I'm saying? But now everybody's talking about it so much because we got so much negative things to say. Like, and like you said, some criticism is valid.
Some is valid. Not all of it.
That's right.
Right. And the levels of criticism is definitely not warranted. Right. I will tell you that. But if we hurt Miss Mills,
Stephanie Mills, got to make that right.
That's what we're here for.
You hurt Lauryn Hill, you got to make that right.
Got to make that
But those
right.
are actual valid issues. Like that letter, she has actual valid issues.
Valid issues.
Y'all got too much Africans. It's not a valid criticism.
No.
Child, they arguing like crazy. But I like the way that
Why is it not a valid criticism, though? Again, is the Black American identity not something worth defending? You know, we talk about gatekeeping when it comes to all this cultural stuff, but all of a sudden you're not allowed to gatekeep when it comes to the African thing, so they can just flood the gate with their African culture. I don't think you guys have thought this through all the way.
Too much Africans here.
I like the way that you guys responded to things because it curved the headlines. Like the headlines about Lauryn Hill had to include festival says it's not her fault. Here's exactly what happened.
And then shout out to Mr. Alex with the 199 super chat. Shout out to my favorite black YouTuber. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Hit that like button, y'all. Welcome to the show. Thanks for watching.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I come in the name of Jesus. Repeat it after me, bitch. I come in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit.
A lot of most festivals don't do that because she said that this has happened to her before.
No, but this isn't most festivals.
Right.
This is Essence. We're accountable to our community and to those black women that we're here to serve and protect. And when we get it wrong, we're going to say it, right? Caroline, you just brought up Caroline. Caroline Wanga had nothing to do with this.
I was
Right?
gonna bring
Let's
that
leave
up.
her out of it.
I saw people blaming her, but I was told she's not even really
She's been
part
on
of the
leave,
team.
right?
She's on leave.
Yeah.
She's on leave. She go buy her book, guys.
Is she still in the CEO seat?
She's still in the COC,
Okay.
but she's on leave.
Got you.
Yeah.
Why was people so quick to blame her when she had nothing to do with this year's festival?
I mean, look, we live in a world now where it's easy to do that. I choose to face it head on because I think people get an opportunity to learn from my mistakes. And the greatest blessing is to be in a position where you're allowed to make mistakes.
All right, Chuck, well, I'm calling Cap. I'm calling Cap on that. Big, giant African Cap. Chuck says this African boycott is only making Africans worldwide linked together like Voltron. Shout out to FBA for bringing all tethers together. I would argue that the networking and linking up was already happening naturally. It had nothing to do with any FBA thing because that is just the natural organic path of the immigrant group. Like if you ever notice how Asians tend to flock together? And so within that big flock of Asians, the Koreans will group with the Koreans, the Chinese will group with the Chinese, Japanese with the Japanese, et cetera, et cetera. Everybody does that. You niggas are not special because you call each other on a cell phone. God damn. One African gets a fucking smartphone and these niggas think they doing shit. Tell you what, Jesus Lord. Anyway, no. You niggas are linking up because you have to link up to make your place stronger in the new country that you found yourself in. That's just immigration 101. Simple immigrant business, though. But anyway, you were talking about the African boycott thing, and let's get back to that, shall we?
If you're not Black, just keep scrolling. This video is for my African Americans and African brothers and sisters. Specifically for us, I am so confused. Why am I seeing that on August 1st, African Americans or a specific African American has forged a protest against African businesses, from African restaurants, African braiding salons, anything that is African owned? They have started a campaign that on August 1st, we as Black Americans will be boycotting these businesses. What the fuck is wrong with us? What is wrong with us just as a people, as Black Americans, African Americans? What the fuck is wrong with us that it makes sense to boycott African businesses because you may have had a bad experience with a African business? You've also had a bad experience with an Asian business. You've had a bad experience with a white business.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Black folks, especially Black women, they seem to have bad experiences everywhere they go. So I'm not gonna say this video has anything to do with anything. I'm just gonna play it.
No, don't touch me. Okay, I'm not don't touch me. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that? No. Because I can give you a reason to call the police. No. Oh, okay. What are you calling the police for? I never said I wasn't going to pay you. That's what you're not going to do. Let me tell you what the police going to do when they get us. They going to tell you it's a civil case. I'm not trying to leave without paying you your motherfucking money. But you're not going to get over on me. I'm a grown-ass woman just like you. I work hard for my money just like you. Okay? Understand that. So if you want an issue for the police, we can have no motherfucking issue. You can have a reason to call the police, but you ain't gonna call the police on me for no reason. I been number nice to your ass. What do we do?
She was here before you. Like everybody. She just kicked me. And now you want to don't touch my hair. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll take it on myself. You cutting my hair.
I understand that most of the 24-hour African braiding shops are just like the customer service is like never the best or whatever the situation may be. But that, bro, do you guys understand that I sat for most of the time of me getting my hair braided with that? Touch me! I had a panic attack. I wanted to cry. It's just like, in what world do you think it's normal for you to have your crusty ass feet on me while you're doing my hair? Oh my God. Let me show you one more time. Like, what do we really got going on?
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's so nasty. Oh my God.
You've had a bad experience with the Hispanic business, and so on and so forth. Where's the energy for those businesses that continuously come into our communities and disrespect us. But you want to start a war, a beef, continue a beef with Africans? Like, make it make sense. We are all one. Sure, we can distinguish ourselves as African American or African.
I don't want to be one though. Listen, that's really ultimately the problem. When it comes down to it, I don't have to like rely on, you know, some Black American historical thing. I don't have to rely on anything, tell you the truth. What if I just don't want to? What if I just don't want to be one with you guys? I just don't feel like it. I know, yeah, I'm pretty Black and all, but I'm just not feeling it. Now what? Now what? I feel like all of your dreams of Blackness depend way too much on me. Go be great over there, nigga. Go over there and be great. Yeah. Go over there and keep up the good work. You guys are doing a great job over there without me.
But they look at us all the same. They don't look at an African and say, "Oh, you're African." They don't look at me as an African American and say, "Oh, she's an African American." No, she's a nigga.
And listen, I'm sorry. The white man is never gonna scare me into joining you. Just not. I'm sorry. I've seen the white man up close. I've looked him in the eyes, and it's not all that terrifying, honestly. Maybe once upon a time, back in the history books or whatever, he might have been a little scarier. But I swear to God, he's not that frightening. You are not gonna frighten me with the white man to join you niggas. Is that all you got? The white man gonna get you? Grew up around white kids, man. They don't be doing nothing.
They all the same. So what sense does it make that we are boycotting our own people? Sometimes we can really be our own worst enemy. They don't even need to do anything to divide us.
Look,
there's nothing.
Snowman don't like me messing up the Caucasian reputation. Everybody wants to be the big scary white man. No. I'm sorry, Snowman. Here, this is for you. Big scary white guy.
Fuck you. War.
There you go. Big scary white guy for you. You feel better now? You feel better?
Nothing more that they need to do. We can complete the mission ourselves. The self-hate. Because that's what it is. It's self-hate. There is no way. I don't even know how this thing even got legs. How did this even get legs? You got people agreeing with it. Like, yeah, when I go into the hair braiding shop, that's why Black women ain't got edges. And that's why Black women got bald spots or losing hair because they braid so tight.
Reggie. I'm not, you know what, Reggie? We got to speak in code because the white man listening. Reggie, put a 1 in the chat if you're afraid of angry snowman. It's okay, Reggie. You can tell me. You can tell me, Reggie. Your secret is safe with me. Just, you know, you don't have to type out a long sentence. Just put a 1 in the chat if you're afraid of the angry snowman. I mean, because I didn't think he was all that scary, but who am I to judge, right? If you're afraid and you're brave enough to own up to it, I think that's brave in and of itself, right? I think you're being brave right now, Reggie. What you did just now is very brave. Now all the other white guys are stepping up too. You see what you did to yourself, Reggie? Show no fear, bro. It's like prison yard rules. You fold for one white guy, you're going to fold for all of them.
What? That's the reason why you're boycotting them? because you made a choice to let somebody braid your hair a certain way and you didn't get the desired results. So that's justification to boycott an entire community of people. Like, y'all dumb. I say it all the time to my friends and family. The majority of people are fucking stupid. And I mean that with my whole entire chest. Y'all are some dumb, ignorant ass people. Because this don't make no goddamn sense. How you boycott your own people when you got people, other races, other communities that have done far worse to us than we?
Like, you know what? Shut up, bitch. I'm tired of your mouth. I'm tired of your mouth. I really am. How you boycott your own people. You ain't never heard of gang banging? All the killing, all the shooting, all the driving around looking for ops that niggas be doing, and how you boycott your own people? Bitch, don't you know when it's up, it's up? This is why you can't let the girls be in charge of nothing. They don't understand why the beef be happening. They just be doing stuff.
Do to each other. But you want to sit here and boycott your own people. I don't even have no more words because I'm really going to go off and get to cursing on here, and I don't need to.
Reggie, no, we're confused. Reggie, you're agreeing with Angry Snowman that the white people are scary, right? Maybe we got it wrong, Reggie. Reggie, are you agreeing with the Angry Snowman that white people are scary? Because Angry Snowman, I swear to God, he's scary. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I've seen one or two scary white guys in my life. I don't know about it. I don't know if Angry Snowman's the scary guy. I'm just saying, if you agree, then so be it. So be it. You know, be brave, Reggie. Be brave.
To be doing all that. Y'all need to grow up and do better. Matter of fact, let's make August 1st, you do go to an African business.
Yes, Bunny. Shout out to Bunny. I rinsed you up. You gave me the link, and I actually did pull it up. We're gonna pull that up next. I didn't really get a chance to scan through it. I kind of been running around. I mean, running my mouth up here. But shout out to Chocolate Bunny. I want to pull that link up in just a second.
There's an African beauty supply. If there's an African, I don't know, corner store, whatever kind of business it is out there that an African may have, go ahead and make sure y'all frequent it on August 1st. Let's counteract this ignorance because this is fucking stupid. So goddamn dumb.
You know what, Chuck? That is a good point. Chuck says boycotting people you don't fuck with in the first place is symbolic at best. I think it is very symbolic. So, like, the hair braiding thing is obviously a woman thing, right? Because when you go to the barbershop, it's kind of still a black thing. There may be a couple of guys in there by now, maybe a couple guys who are African who are cutting hair. I don't know that there is a quote like African barber industry, right? And what I'm getting at is that when it comes to like the African communities, because it's really one big African community mixed up of all the little Africas. And what I noticed is if it's like in an urban area where you can have a lot of people packed in together, then they'll all kind of cloister together, and then there'll be markets and different restaurants to serve their community. Whereas a lot of the native Black Americans don't really frequent the African stores all that often. And so I don't even know if that economic boycott will mean as much as they want it to mean, if that's what you're getting at. Yeah. There's already a sort of parallel economy for exactly that reason, because there's enough of a community now to have a little economic network that is relatively self-sustaining, and then they can import, export their own products and whatnot, and money can be sent back and forth. Really, the game is kind of set. Like, we were supposed to close the gates long time ago. Niggas was tripping on this Pan-African shit because of Jesse Jackson, man. I'm trying to tell you, we sold out too long ago. I don't know what to do now. You just got to have more kids, man.
About shit. We don't want to hear it. Why our doctors didn't get 2.2 billion? We can't get nothing. I couldn't even finish my doctorate because I couldn't afford it. And they got free money? And then we're gonna talk about what the government has now discovered with these free money getting Africans. 2 seats at the G20 conference. Look at him. That's African Union. Oh, he's not. He's not. Prime Minister Modi Right shares a light moment with African Union chairman. The fuck are y'all talking about? They ain't got no power. We need some real men to stand at the door. Senate.
Oh, now they want real men at the door. Oh, baby, come on. I'm just gonna let that one go.
At the door. We need real men to stand at the door. Because ain't no way y'all covering up for this.
Hey, Chuck, still, that's a great point. I'm with you on that one. Why are we pretending that Arabs, Asians, and Pakistanis don't make the most money off of the FBAs? Why not boycott Habibi, Apu, and Ling Ling too, though? Should have been doing that, Chuck. You ain't even saying nothing, man. You should have. Black America should have been on that.
We need real men to guard the door. Gate, door, whatever you think it should be. I don't care what it should be.
You notice how every time they get mad and want something that they can't do with their own 2 hands, we need real men again. Now we need real men. I said I was going to let it go. I'm gonna just. I don't even think them titties all that big. She just fat.
That definitely says African Union, doesn't it? I think it did. I think it does. Now, I gave Denise Mantley. She got 24 hours left, but I just got to do this now because I didn't know African Union member from YouTube was going to come out and make a video. It's going to prompt me to come on here a little bit earlier. I was going to come back online until Denise Mantley 48 hours was up, which is going to be tomorrow. But now I'm on here a little bit early. Please share the live. Please share the live. Please click like, share the live. Because that fella is going to see this video. He see all my video. I don't know why people playing dumb. He saw my last channel. He saw my channel that got deleted. People just play dumb. People play dumb, just like the people playing dumb who say, oh, shout out to Renee for pointing this AU6 shit out. Go make sure you go support her. Who the fuck? See. Look. Advisory, president advisory, guys. I want to make sure people can see it. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat who's not slow bus. It's a whole pack aid chunked full of African Union members that not only been in the White House during the last administration. This girl, Denise, who I'm just talking about the one girl. It's a lot of them from the African Union. The whole thing is filled with African people. But this one girl, Denise, she was with Bill Clinton. She was with John Kerry. She was with Obama. And she was with Biden. And she got the African Union in her bio. There you go. Since they have no power, guys. They just got flies flying around their bellies. Don't worry, guys. This is nothing.
We're gonna skip off of this right now. We said it's at the hold on. You said it's at the 15-minute mark. All right. I was just about to go pull up Phil Scott. Let me see. Let me go back a little bit.
Was a whole domino effect of bullshit that literally could have been prevented since people was fucking at the meeting. If you know Black Americans, Negroes, coloreds, darkies over here don't want to go over there, and you was at the meeting, you should have raised your holy hand and said, look, I don't think Black Americans would like that. Or do a press release do a press conference to let them know and then get their reaction before you try to write this up in legislation and go to Geneva conferences and all of that speaking for them. Let them know before you add how much their spending power is to your ledger and your marketing material. Let them know that you're going to do that before you add, because you just said you said you was at the meeting. I ain't put those words in your mouth. I don't know you from a can of paint to be putting no words in your mouth. But you wasn't even the one that I was trying to call. I thought your channels were just obvious. I thought your channels, you're just obvious. You ain't even the one. You ain't even the top one. Not researchers. I'm barely on this bitch and was able to see that. Y'all be on here all day. Bullshit content all day. Bullshit content. If you was in the meeting and you saw that happening, you should did a whole month worth of content just on that alone. Because you don't know what's all at stake. You don't know what all happened. Clearly, you're not paying attention. You think we'd be out here fighting if the African Union had no power? You just want us to, and it ain't just you, but I feel attacked by your video, so I got a response. It was sent to me. I was the one that was coming out talking about it. I'm not just running off at the mouth. $65 billion went out in the last 2 years.
It feels like she's probably talking about Philip Sky here, but I can't really pinpoint it, and I want to kind of jump right to Phil Scott because she's kind of just ranting a little bit. I want to see. So Phil Scott has a video. Are FBAs the gatekeepers? The truth about policing African and Caribbean blackness.
Mental gymnastics to try to figure out their way to either break down the FBAs and how we feel about delineation, just about everything in general, right? And they're trying to figure out like, aha, I got in, because they're trying to pierce that armor. That's what they're trying to do, right? So I want you to listen to this guy. He's going to try to pierce the armor with some craziness. And it's like, I'm trying to figure out like, what is it with y'all? What is it? Like, I'm serious. Like, if somebody told me they're, delineating or they doing something else, right? I'm like, okay, I mean, hey, man, God bless you. That's the only thing I would say if I was an immigrant. I'm like, God bless you. It's hey, man, I ain't got no beef with y'all. I'm cool, And they say, oh, yeah, no, we cool with you. It's no problem. I say, okay, all right, good. Hey, man, but I rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know I'm not your group, but I rock with you. And as far as I would go with it. But no, everybody just flipping the hell out. Even some Black Americans. Let's go ahead and check this.
Want to judge people blackness, but then when Africans and Caribbeans come up, we judging their blackness.
Now, before he finished, look what he wrote. White cultured Black Americans that deny whiteness, dislike Africans. No, desire whiteness. I'm sorry. So if you're honoring your heritage, if you are appreciating your ancestors, if you are focusing on FBAs first, that means we're being white cultured and desire whiteness. This, like I said, they're trying everything they can.
Well, that's the only real argument there is, though. Either you join the Pan-African gang, or you're too much like the white man. You're trying to be like the white man. Which the irony is, when Africans come to America, they would rather have white friends than be with Black people for the most part. I mean, I would argue there's maybe some fault to pass around on both sides, but we got home court advantage over here.
And what you see up there is actually a shaming tactic. Okay, it's shame, and shaming tactics don't work. We're impervious to shaming tactics, right? So you want to say that we're being white cultured and desire whiteness, or whatever the hell you want to say, my brother, say it. But the delineation movement is going on strong.
They come from countries that are Black, that are run by Black people, that they're raised by Black people. We're judging people's blackness that are raised by Black people because their Black isn't American Black. But Drake's Black is not American Black. And then we're allowing people that call themselves biracial and multiracial to speak for Black issues while they refuse to even identify as Black, right? And will try to assert that they are oppressed by Black people. Even though they're saying they're Black one day and the next day they're saying they're Canadian and they're French and Spanish and all this other stuff. Like, Black is Black. You can have all kind of other admixtures in you. The question about Drake's Blackness is not about racial identity. It's not about ancestry. It's not about whether he has a Black parent or a Black relative. But that
it really isn't even that complicated. It's really more about an American identity. And that's kind of the problem here. To be a Pan-African kind of, it subjugates your Americanness. And you kind of just have to decide, are you an American first or are you this quasi-global nigga first? And there is no real global Black identity. Everybody is where they come from. They already have a people.
does not equal loyalty to Black culture. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is not celebrated because his skin color was Black or because his parents was Black. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is celebrated because he helped pass the 1964 Civil Rights Act that led to a completely different life for Black people and for non-Black people.
In America, though. In America. And so now the issue is, just like with the rest of the immigration issue, we don't feel we don't feel we should be compelled to share our America with all of the other Black people around the world. You can be Black and great at home. And I would love you and respect you. And I might even come by and visit and spend some tourism money there. And you know, speaking of Pan-Africans, let's listen to an actual Pan-African explain his troubles in Pan-Africa.
So you've spoken a bit tonight about just the racial and ethnic and kind of social divisiveness across the Black diaspora and across Africa, in the hands of colonialization within like that divisiveness. And so I'm kind of curious if CFA and yourself have engaged or participated in like any maybe like reconciliation efforts.
But what I've seen is the African Union actually gone backward. For a few years, we were making dynamic progress, but the woman who they had here as the AU representative was very dynamic, but she lost her compass, if you will, and she ran afoul of the African Union. So they spent their time getting rid of her. They fired her. They also tried to wipe away all the work that she did, including anybody who worked with her, like me. And so for 3 years, I had no contact with the African Union mission because of the person they hired, not the person, I was doing the work because I agreed with the work that would need to be done. So I think a big part of this problem is Africans got this thing about control. And one of the things that prevents them from uniting is all the presidents of these little small countries, they still want to be president. So they still got to have an army. They got their own embassy. They got to have their own, all of this. Everybody got their own stuff. We got 54 embassies here in Washington, African embassies in Washington. Why do you need 54 embassies to talk to Africa? I find that a lot of the countries in Africa will spend millions of dollars lobbying Washington. And all of them hire these white lobby firms on K Street, L Street, and paying all of this money. And then when something serious go down, who do they call? They call me. When they're cutting off the arms in Liberia, oh, Brother Foot, can you come over? You're a real brother. Can you help us stop this? But yet you'll give all your money to these white lobby firms to do what? And right now I had a call this evening about one of the countries in West Africa who are trying to find a way to get a meeting with Donald Trump because they think they can cut a deal with him or some kind of way to help their country. And I'm saying, boy, we are way off of where we ought to be on this.
Even the Pan-Africans don't listen to that nigga. They call him when they need something and they put him back in the box when they done with him. Tell him, dust off his dashiki. We got to send you in for a mission.
FBA, also known as fake Black
Association or FBI, foolish black ignorance. It's just modern day xenophobia wrapped in anti-African nonsense. FBA really stands for fear of being African. They swear up and down they don't resemble any Africans. Like that's supposed to be a flex. It's giving self-hate and delusion. They love talking about racism in America and the KKK, but FBA's rhetoric mirrors white supremacy that you're talking about. Is starting to look like the new triple K, just in black faces. Also, the obsession.
Did she just say we are the new triple K in blackface, though? Oh, stop. I've always, listen, you're going to respect me like you respect that white man. God damn it, this is all I ever wanted.
This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
Yeah, we putting our black hoods on. Going full Kanye, putting our black clan hoods on.
They love talking about racism in America and the KKK, but FBA's rhetoric mirrors white supremacy that you're talking about. Is starting to look like the new triple K, just in black faces. Also, the obsession with calling anyone who disagrees an immigrant is wild. So what about
I mean, you kind of sound a little immigrant-y. I'm just saying, you sound like you come from far, far away.
Americans with 6+ generation here? Are they still FBA or nah? Or is it only the ones you imagine were removed from Africa 400 years ago? I would love to see their DNA.
You realize how long 6+ generations actually is, right? You know 6+ generations would be like more than 100 years, right?
And ancestry reports. Show us the paperwork. Where are you from? The sky? Anyway, critical thinking clearly isn't for everybody.
Right. Thank you, Acadia. How come they get to be a tribe, but we don't get to be one? I want to be a tribe. I think we already are a tribe. We're an American tribe, and we're the wealthiest, most powerful tribe, and all these other lesser tribes want to come over here and steal off our plate.
Another crazy statistics, just in Minnesota, not anywhere in the world. I can just imagine a statistic in the world. Just within the metro area of Minnesota, there's about 30,000 single Somali mothers, single mothers, which is a ridiculous number. But at the same
a lot of you man will think this is a true statistic, but it's not a real statistic because the single mothers that's registered in the government, they're not actually single mother. You know, nimbe haystan, lakin dowladda waxay sheegayaan, oh, anigu single baan ahay, nimma haysto, what do you call it? I need support. This is spousal support, man. This is a hustle. A lot of Somali hoyas do is to get benefits. You understand? So waxa weeyaan waxay sheegayaan dowladda, yo, I don't have a freaking no job, no nothing. Then guri bilaash bay ku siinayaan. So subsidizing housing. Aruurtaada lacag bay siinayaan. And
isn't it weird how the Somalians are like oddly outside of the Pan-African argument? For some reason, you almost never find a Somali in the Pan-African argument. They're just over there doing their own thing, running their own scams, got their own little hustles and stuff. They just get to kind of fade into blackness and all that. Oh, look, Pan-African is mostly West African. Like I said, even the Africans aren't Pan-African. They just come over here and play that game with us, bro. Because we started the game.
Then husbandkaaga ba shaqeyn. Adiguna hoos ba shaqaysanaysaa. Laakiin dowladda waxba ma sheegaysid. So aanpo ma bixinaysid. Why you think so many single Somali hoy? Why kulligooda gaari jidid bay wadaan? We call guri. And they just do day-to-day shopping, business here, business there. Qurbaha marka joogtid. You have to work smart. You don't work hard. The more you work, and pogaaga kor buu kacaya.
Yeah, a lot of people are hip to the Somali intermarriage problem. They seem to marry a little too closely in the family, and they have a lot of issues anyway. And then on top of that, they just run scams because they got doctors and whatnot. There's a whole scam that just got busted open recently in Minnesota, where they were like just rubber stamping all these insurance, like Medicaid claims, scamming, saying that, I got this and that injury or whatever. But yeah, Pan-Africa.
To leave. Well, the last time I checked, if immigrant leave this country, you in trouble. Teach my son to keep focus. That's the difference between some of the Black American and the immigrant. We keep focus. We don't get it distracted by the liquor store. We keep focus. We do not get it distracted by the racist cap. We keep focus. We do not get distracted by the racism that goes on in Walmart and workplaces. We keep focus. That's the difference between some of you and us. We keep focus. FBA, this is for you. FBA, you mad that when we come here, we keep focus. We train our children to keep focus. We tell them when you go out in the street, when the racist cop come at you, whatever he say yes, sir. Even if he cuss you, say yes, sir. Because we need you to be alive. Because we need you to prove to him that yes, sir, that you give him is humanity to take you to a higher level. That is the difference between us immigrant and you, FBA. So you say we come here, we distance ourselves from you? No, because we do not want to be distracted. And any African, any Black American who is focused will always align themselves with Africans.
Except for that last part, I'm not even mad at her. You got to stay focused, man.
Yes. Any Black American that has focus will always align themselves with Africans. That when we African come here, they dump us into Black neighborhood. How come they put us into the Black neighborhood and then you and us, we live in the same Black neighborhood, in the same hood, but we coming out successful? Why? Why are we getting successful and you not being successful? This is your home. We the strangers. Because we keep focus. Yes, we keep focus. We make the manager to understand, sir, I know I'm supposed to be paying this amount every month, but I'm having difficulties. I'm unable to pay. Sir, can I go to renegotiate? What can I do? We plead, we ask for the options. We don't go demanding the rights. Because we understand that the white tea is the one in charge. This is the difference between you, FBA, and us.
Wow. I guess she told you niggas.
All right, so I've upset some people with my FBA video, so I'd just like to address and reiterate a few things. Number one, don't come under my video in my comment section talking to me about what other people have said, what other Africans have said about Black Americans don't have culture, blah, blah, blah. No, I did not say that. I maintain that Black Americans very much do have culture. In my last video, I talked about assimilation. So if you're assimilating, there has to be a culture for you to assimilate into. So I do very much maintain that Black Americans have culture. I never said that they don't. Secondly, when I'm asking you why you're fighting so hard to make this distinction in 2025, it just doesn't seem productive for the foundation of your movement to literally be separating yourself from other Black people of the diaspora in America. It just doesn't seem like a productive cause to fight for. Like, if you were fighting for real causes and you just wanted to be like, oh, okay, this is for our own ethnic identity and we want to do X, Y, and Z, that's totally fine. But when it starts turning into Africans and Latinos are the new colonizers, they want to come here and force their customs on everybody, they're replacing us, that's where I have to say pause. when you start saying that Black Americans need to stand with white Americans in solidarity against immigration, that's why I have to say pause. Like, it just seems like a lot of the anger that's coming from.
Why does everybody else get to have their own country, though? Everybody else gets to have their own country. And, you know, this is really a very much a Western problem, this immigration thing. But this is what's unique about Black America. Excuse me, I'm like eating a pomegranate right now. But immigration is kind of overwhelming all of the Western world. And what gives Black America a unique sort of position in this issue is that we are the one Black population that is literally native to a Western country. There were Black people in this land, a part of this country. And I'm not even doing the we was here as Indians things. I'm not even making that point. You niggas is allowed if you want. But I'm just saying, as a point of historical fact, Black people were on this ground with the people that would become Americans before the actual signing of the Declaration of Independence. We were there. Valley Forge, Tea Parties, all of that. And so none of you niggas, and I literally mean none of you niggas around the world can claim a spot in a Western country the way Black Americans can. And that being said, your pan-Africanism, it kind of wants to hollow out what we've built over here in America. And I don't really want to be doing all of that. Why does pan-Africanism mean you get to build up your house by tearing my house down and cannibalizing the materials in my house to make your house look better?
The FBA movement. I don't say that in like a bad way. You have every right to be angry. It just seems like a lot of that is very misplaced and misdirected towards African people and immigrants, when in reality, we are not your real enemy. Because the same people who committed these atrocities against y'all as a people in this country are the same people who committed atrocities against people in like Latin American countries.
But Africans committed atrocities against us, though. That's how we got here. If slavery is an atrocity, then Africans committed atrocity against us, right? Right?
That's forcing them to come over here to America now. Like, we know that the crack epidemic is probably one of the biggest examples of this. It devastated the Black American community, and the money was also simultaneously being used to fund wars overseas to destabilize nations. And so I think when we can look at it from that perspective and understanding that governments are, or Western governments in particular, are disenfranchising people on such a massive scale and forcing them into certain situations, I think we can look at it for exactly what it is, which is, again, Western nations destabilizing other countries and populations, forcing them into certain situations. Because at the end of the day, nobody leaves their home country because they just hate it so much or whatever it might be. People migrate because life is not sustainable where they are. So I say that to say, again, immigrants, Black people of the diaspora are not your enemy. It just does not seem, again, like a productive movement. It does not seem like a productive foundation that the movement is based on.
That is crazy, Al. All of a sudden, the Black immigrants become really pro-Black when you decide I don't want to be Pan-African with you niggas no more. Really, really interesting.
Of America, right? But what is the culture? Bro, let me educate you. Every culture starts from a language, a tribe. Every tribe have a language. What is it? Apart from English, what other language do Americans speak? The Black Americans. The Mexicans in America speak Spanish. They have something they speak outside English. The Asians in the Chinese, everybody speak their language outside English. What do you speak? What is a trace of your culture you're talking about? What is American culture? I want to know what is the Black American culture. I keep hearing this culture. Bro, the Black Americans are the culture, maybe baby mama culture, baby single women having 3 kids. That's probably their culture, or the numbers of the highest incarcerated Black young men in America. That's their culture. I don't know. Is it the pim culture, the gang banging culture? Is that the culture, bro? The Black American culture is about wearing, let's say, wearing the Nikes, wearing they want to be on the trend game. These are the culture. But I don't know why the Black Americans feel like they should be the center of Black people around the world, or they should be the face of Black people around the world. Why? Bro, you can have your face. See, you don't even have to declare yourself that you are not African, you are not African American. Bro, nobody give a flying damn about what you think about yourself. That's your own opinion and your own mentality, your own narrative of everything, how you are. That nobody cares. But bringing all your fights about Africa, bro, I don't get it. You talk about culture every time. What is the culture? I want to know. Genuinely, I'm asking. The hip hop. You want to say the hip hop?
You know what's so funny about this? Black Americans, we speak English because we are Western. It's really that simple. Unlike all the other Blacks around the world, we are Western. You niggas are African. And being a Westerner, I couldn't help but to notice that you didn't make this video in your click whistle language. How come you're not clicking and whistling in your culture? Speak in your native tongue, since your native tongue is so goddamn important. Since your language is so fucking important, how come you're not using it right now?
The music is your culture. I don't get it. Eminem is not Black, but he do more hip hop probably than the Black Americans. I don't get the culture you're talking about. Or maybe because you guys dominate the basketball, the sports game in America. You guys dominate. Is that the culture? Sport is not culture, bro. Let me educate you. You don't have any language you speak outside English. You don't have a tribe. Culture has traces. You don't have any culture, but you always say culture. Bro, you don't have culture. Your culture is about dressing, looking nice, and wearing Nikes. They will tell you that they have the Nike. Bro, Nike is owned by a white man. I want to educate you on that too. The Nike is owned by a white man. They will tell you, hey, Michael Jordan.
Why are you not wearing a loincloth, sir? Where is your loincloth? I'm not even going to say a dashiki because that's some shit that got made up later on in the 60s. No. Where is your loincloth? Where's your traditional African garb? Since you're such a culture warrior. You notice how the same guys that claim that Black Americans have no culture, the nigga is literally cosplaying right now, though. Cosplay nigga says you have no culture. It's just hilarious to watch it all and take it all in. And then people wonder why, you're having trouble getting you're having recruitment trouble with your Pan-African gang. Your recruitment numbers are way low.
You said something earlier in an answer where you said that you talk about native Blacks. And so that clearly sounds as if you are delineating.
You know what's so funny? Literally shaking, right? This is straight out of white man memes right here. Let me tell you about your country, a foreigner, right? This is literally straight out of a white man meme. And the thing is, when it comes to all of the other immigrants around the world, we really do kind of sound like the white man a lot. And I think it's hilariously ironic. And I'm okay with a little bit of hierarchy, all right? Listen, this is America. You gotta deal with the Blacks and then the whites, all right? There's order to this shit. And I'm not gonna have you new niggas coming over here thinking you get to just disturb the order because you kind of sort of look like me. Get your Black ass back.
Native Blacks versus someone that comes here from Bermuda or Jamaica or wherever they may come from. The purpose of that is what? Because you're on the surface, it would be like, hey, everybody here that's Black gets treated a certain way. Why are you making that delineation?
That is an excellent point.
You know why? Because you see, those people coming in from Jamaica or coming in from Africa, they have not been treated like black folk in this country. That's the first thing. And secondly, historically, they haven't had those historical experiences. They come in here voluntarily. When they come in here, they bring some cultural aspects from Africa. They can go back anytime they want. But the black people in this country are exceptional people. Nobody's been mistreated, maltreated like them. Black folk are exceptional. They're the only people that came here forcefully. One. Two, they're the only people that denied their humanity. Three, they were the only people denied a right to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Four, they were the only people denied the right to participate in government. Five, they were the only people denied the right to vote. Six, they were the only people denied the right to have an education. Seven, they were the only people denied the right to have a business. Eight, they were the only people that participated in every war that this country has had since its founding, but whose mother country has never been against this country. All those immigrants come from countries where they fought America and they came in. And the seven, that they are the oldest.
Let's fucking glow. Let's go, Claude. You niggas is literally our ops, bro. A lot of you niggas is our ops, low key. Y'all got grudges against us, man. We only shed blood for one country. We only ever had one flag. A lot of you niggas look at that flag and y'all be feeling some type of way because we fucked y'all up back in the day. It is what it is, bro. It had to be done. Somebody got to take the L. Wasn't going to be us, bro. Sucked to be you.
The right to vote. Six, they were only people denied the right to have an education. Seven, they were not the only people denied the right to have a business. Eight, they were the only people that participated in every war that this country has had since its founding, but whose mother country has never been against this country. All those immigrants come from countries where they fought America and they came in. And the seven, that they are the oldest and most patriotic people in the country. Not the Confederates in the South. They're not the most patriotic people waving the Confederate flag. The most patriotic people in this country are black people, native blacks, because you see 99% of all those blacks have been direct descendants of slaves. They've been here before 99% of all the other people ever arrived in this country. They are special people. And because they are special people, they need to be recognized, appreciated, and reparated for what they've done in this country and building this country. They're the ones that built the bridges, the roads, cut the timber, the trees, and cleared the land, raised the tobacco, cotton, indigo. They're the people that fought to raise in every war to protect this country. The people coming from Africa or coming from Jamaica didn't. They came here voluntarily. And the most important point on this is if you lump them with black folk, then you give the dominant white society a justification to say we don't owe black folk anything. Mm-hmm. Because you see, the blackness black people's blackness is more than just color. It is their heritage, it's their history, it's their code of conduct, and more importantly, it is their badge of honor, and it symbolizes the indebtedness that this country has to them. This country does not have an indebtedness to people coming from Africa. Mm-hmm. They only have an indebtedness to people coming in from the Bahamas. Mm-hmm. If you lump black folk in there, you deprive black folk of the benefit, the debt that's owed them. Don't do that.
Don't mess up my money, bro. Fucking with my identity is like fucking with my money. And I can't have you niggas fucking with my money.
Give me the money, but I was cute. Give me the money.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Gay-African.
I'm sorry, I feel like American people are so lost, especially Black African American. Just take the African out of it and just be Americans, that's it. Because I cannot believe I've watched a video about a Black woman starting a protest for all Black African businesses, a boycott. A boycott. And the way that this woman speaking, I watched another video of this woman supporting her, yeah, and she's like, I've never been to the Afrikaans, and I've never even had no African braid my hair or put her hand in my hair, and I never ate that African food. Yeah, I'm here for the boycott. And I'm like, you sound like a racist white woman. You do, but you just happen to be, and they'll be going around. I tell you, I always said it. Do you know how much arguments I've nearly got into? And it's not always by me, because when you're here,
you notice how when it's your house and your identity, you're the one who has a gate to keep now. All of a sudden, you sound just like the white man. It's crazy how as soon as you got something that you love and you want to protect and you want to keep these niggas off your lawn, somehow you become the white man. It's crazy how that works, bro.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
Yeah. You know, Americans, they just see Britain as like fake black people. We have no culture. We have no history. We're unseasoned. When this country is extremely multicultural, and it's very rare that, very rare, it's very normal for you to meet another person regarding every ethnicity, everybody, and ask, where are you from? And people always say, oh, I'm born here, but blah, blah, my parents are here. And then in America, I'm African American. Oh no, I was born in Texas. Oh no, I'm born in Georgia. Oh no, oh my God. I don't understand it. The way that Black African Americans see Africans in general is so disgusting, like with the bottom of the barrel people. But yet you classify yourself as an African American, and why? Then take that African out of your name and just be a normal American. Gosh.
Damn right. Damn right. That's exactly the movement. Just going to erase that whole classification. It's going to be Black, parentheses, American. And then it's going to be all you other subcategory Blacks. That's it. No more African American. You're Black American.
How the hell can you make it seem like we're so uncultured when you don't even know half of where you're from? If you talk, the only thing I've ever heard is people that have Jamaican parents or they've immigrated from.
Oh, what a shot across the bow. Red Illusion says, not only are they Black, they were never slaves, and you're British. Huge L. Like, big facts, bro. We got shanghaied into this shit. You niggas went over there willfully, and all you do is bitch and moan like you got done dirty like we did. That's the thing about the UK Black movement. They swear to God they got did dirty just like Black slaves in America. Them UK niggas be like, my mother built this country. We built this place. Like, nigga, y'all got here literally after the big war. Trying to steal our slavery glory.
Yeah, that's what we hear. Do you know Nigerians that are there? It's very obvious when someone's Nigerian, they will say it loud and proud. Yes? Or Creole. They like saying that they're mixed with
drop
Creole,
your link, Bunny. Drop the link. Good.
Besides that, a lot of them, 90% don't know nothing. And I've had two instances with people where I've just, and I'm not even gonna say it's ignorant, it's normal. I'm like, oh my God, where are you from? Here, I was born and bred, I'm an American. Yeah, where? Like, and someone asks me, it's normal here. I'm an African American, that's all you need to know. That's all you gotta know. I said, hey, wow, I couldn't believe it. Second time I met someone again, that is exactly the reaction they had. I said, that's when I stopped asking. You just from America? You're from Chicago? You're from?
Yeah, nigga. Stop trying to get me to identify with the country that sold me to the white people. No, I'm an American now. I don't even remember you niggas no more. I never knew thee.
I mean, it's so dark. You're from all of this is states in America. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's a hurtful thing, but I just don't understand. I find it so bizarre that so many people don't know where their origins are from. Like, what's in your bloodline? And don't just say things to make it sound exotic, because they love this racially ambiguous mix, that they've got this mix, they've got a bit of, get out. What is it? They don't know, but they want to hear, and they want to be downplaying us, downplaying our food with this, uncultured, no this. Now look, a whole black woman, African American boycotting African businesses. Your own people. Wow. And then people want to complain about Trump. So can you imagine being in a place where now he's banned all these countries, right, from entering the US that aren't American citizens, and then you have your own African American people still pushing the people. I don't even know. I can't even speak. I just find it so disgusting. I find it just, I don't understand it. What kind of rubbish is that?
OMG, we made the gays mad, y'all. OMG, gays mad.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
I ain't gonna lie, you got some proud African American slaves. Like, they don't want liberation. Like, they'll show you that they're against you, and they'll do it proudly, like with a proud face, like, fuck you, nigga, you ain't my brother. Like, I can't understand these dudes. And even when you have a certain knowledge and you try to spit knowledge to these dudes that, yo, they be using 2 stones, kill 1 bird, don't work for them.
Hold up. This nigga trying to kick knowledge, son? I know this foreign nigga not trying to kick no knowledge, son. Nah, you gotta get up out of here kicking knowledge.
These dudes don't care. Like, they'll lose their life for the oppressors, but they won't lose their life for their brothers and sisters. Crazy people. I ain't gonna lie, you got some proud African American.
What is this liberation I keep hearing about? What do black people in America need to be liberated from? Like, if you're an African in Africa, maybe you got something going on in your country. I could be convinced of, but what do black people in America need to be liberated from exactly? I need somebody to explain this to me. Because, like, I've actually been to jail before. Other than that, I don't know what the fucking problem is. Trying to figure out what's so bad here that we need liberation. I mean, we could lower the taxes maybe. You know, little trimming around the edges stuff, but what exactly do we need to be liberated from? I'm struggling with this liberation question. Like, and if we need to be liberated so bad, why is everybody trying to move here and just to be a part of the system?
Wait. So I was about to get on the field, but you mean to tell me there's a federal mandate for ICE agents to do sweeps in New York? Bro, check this out, right? I live in Brooklyn, Flatbush to be exact. Y'all Haitians, West Indians, Trinidadians, Jamaicans, Grenadians, all y'all Africans, y'all better get on y'all voodoo shit, because this is crazy. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. First of all, I coach youth football, right? And I saw a story about ICE agents coming to a fucking baseball field in New York City to take kids, to question kids. Like, they are about to turn shit up out here. And we're gonna have to stand up ourselves. We're gonna have to do something. Like I'm trying to figure out where's the roots. I gotta go to the fucking root store. I gotta figure this shit out, because y'all can't take my babies. Yeah, I'm not like y'all can't take my babies. And ICE, I'm giving you this warning, because y'all done bought y'all asses over here before trying to sweep some shit up, and y'all asses got swept with this New York concrete. Don't you fucking play with us. Don't you mind yourself. Mind your fucking self. All right, let me go, coach.
She out there protecting the youth. Let me see. I got so many clips to just run through. Just so much going on in this diaspora drama.
Capitalism is the engine of white supremacy. In fact, capitalism is just white supremacy in disguise. Capitalism is not about freedom. It's not about hard work. It's about white supremacy. And I'll tell you why. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing already told us in the ISIS papers that the system of white supremacy is about the fear of genetic survival. Why is there a fear of genetic survival? Because whiteness is genetically recessive. So how do you keep a bunch of genetically recessive people alive on a planet full of genetically dominant melanated people? Well, you create a system where everybody works for you. You make a system where everybody fights each other, and you make a system while everybody dies slowly while all that's happening. And you make that system so that you can collect the profits on the back end while all that's happening. And ta-da! Congratulations. You just invented capitalism. Let's look at the receipts. Slavery, capitalism. The prison system, capitalism. And the business model is always the same.
I'm sorry, I'm over here stuffing my face. Pomegranate's so good. Anyway, the thing about this capitalism, earlier we were talking about the African birth rate. One of the reasons why the African birth rate has exploded so much, not that Africa is mastering capitalism, but Africa gets a lot of free money from countries who did master capitalism. And so even though a lot of that money gets stolen and it's corruption and all that, they still do get a lot of free food. And so capitalism technically is the reason why African communists can even feed themselves. It's weird. It's a kind of ecosystem type of thing happening there.
There's an internet psyop taking advantage of undereducated African Americans called the FBA movement. FBA stands for Fear of Being African, I think, and it's causing a sect of African Americans who to grab onto certain catchphrases and hot terms to disparage African people and distance themselves from their own African ancestry. They claim they've always been in America, and the Native Americans are really the ones who came over to America. Or like something I noticed about these people online is that they all, every single one of their accounts look a lot like bot accounts.
I'm not a part of the pseudo history thing. That's those other guys. I can do traditional American history.
And the ones that aren't bot accounts, you can tell by their profiles that these are losers. These are people that contribute nothing to the African American community, but they're so proud of being African American based on I don't fucking know what. And I'm an African American. I'm very proud of my ancestry. I'm proud of the things that we've accomplished. I'm proud of who we are. But we're African people that were born in America. And the most intelligent thing we can do strategically and socially and politically is to connect with the continent. Otherwise, if we isolate ourselves in the Americas, we will get genocided. So whoever is behind this psyop wants you all to get murdered. You're distancing yourselves from Caribbean folks and African people saying they want to be us. And like it's the dumbest shit ever.
A snowman, you wouldn't genocide a bro, would you? I know I said you weren't scary earlier, but you know, it is the innocent, harmless looking guys you kind of have to keep an eye on too. I'm just, snowman, you wouldn't genocide a bro, would you? I keep hearing that you guys are gonna genocide a bro, and I'm like, nah. Snowman, you wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't.
I just want people to be aware of it. Don't fall for it. Like Dr. Umar said, if you don't want to be African, fine. Stay the fuck away from us. Okay? And don't speak for us. Don't speak to African people on our behalf. Don't speak to Caribbean people on our behalf because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay? They're not trying to steal your identity or steal the reparations that you will not get from America. So let us smart people connect with the continent, connect with our heritage, connect with who we are.
I'm getting mixed reports from the chat. I'm getting a no, I can't tell you, a maybe on a Monday. I don't know. You guys are kind of acting a little weird lately. I don't know. I keep hearing all this talk about if I don't make myself African, the white man gonna get me.
Just happened to say, if all African peoples across the globe united to demand reparations from the West, we could end this empire today. I don't know what the fuck it is with this weird ass obsession that Black Americans have with holding ourselves and the fact that we are descendants of slaves over everybody else. But I just want to remind y'all that there are descendants of slaves, African descendants of slaves, all up and down the Americas, baby. As a matter of fact, the majority of enslaved African people didn't even come to these shores. They went to the shores of the Caribbean and South America. People love to uphold Black American resistance as the crown jewel of all African resistance. And let me tell you, okay, we owe a lot of thanks to our brothers and sisters in Haiti and Jamaica, because without them revolting when they did, we would not have been free when we were. The Haitian Revolution literally destabilized the Western Empire that existed in Europe. And the West has never let them fucking forget it, which is why they're in debt right now. While y'all boast about the profitability of Black American culture, our tax dollars are literally being used to bomb children in Somalia. They are being used to work with Kenya so that we can have boots on the ground in Haiti. Your tax dollars are going to AFRICOM that is actively trying to destabilize the Sahel states that are looking for independence from the West right now. So if you think being born on this land makes you more exceptional than other Black people, if you think that being born on this land means that you get to have all of your comforts on the backs of African people all across the world, then congratulations, you've officially been assimilated into the American identity. Pat yourself on the fucking back. If you made it this far into the video, go ahead and comment a middle finger emoji, because fuck America and its exceptionalism, bitch.
You just hate us because we're like white people. We're great like the white people. You hate our whiteness. Black Americans are too close to whiteness, and these niggas don't like it. That's all it was. They hate us because we're great.
Wait, what? Great. Now, what's our motto? We was kings. We was kings!
And low key, to be a pan-African means you have to hate the land that you're born in. What good sense does that make, to hate the land that you're born in? Especially when you're born in America. I could see if you were born in like Latveria or some crazy shit like that, but you're born in America, bro. Niggas really got to get out of the civil rights era. Everybody keep acting like we still living on that bridge in Alabama.
Who
started this whole big trend of foundational Black America and descendants of slavery? Why is this a thing? Why are we at war with this thing? If nothing else, I guess I would be an American descendant of slavery. Did y'all know that slavery started in the Caribbean before it came to America? Those slave ships used to stop on what's now considered the island of St. Vincent. Did you guys not know that there was slavery also in Jamaica, Panama, Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti, Nicaragua, Belize, Guatemala, and that we were all on the same fucking slave ship, but some of us got dropped off at different ports? But as I stated before, the slavery prototype was from the island of Barbados. It started there first before it even came to America.
You know what's so
now
funny?
I have people in my comments.
You know what's so funny about this whole we was all slaving together bullshit? Nobody likes to talk about how, especially, let's pick a country like Jamaica, for example, right? We were all slaving together except for the white Irish people who got sent down there. Somehow, white folk wasn't slaving with us, though. Because if you really want to get to that history, right, the Caribbean, it wasn't just black slaves down there, too. Do you know why the word Irie is a part of Jamaican culture? Because Ireland, well, they were always kind of getting the shit end of the stick in Ireland, but a lot of slaves went from Ireland to Jamaica. And so the Ire of Ireland is now a part of Irie. It's I forget exactly how the whole etymology broke down, but there were a ton of like a significant amount of Irish slaves in Jamaica a long time ago. Obviously, they're pretty much gone now, but nobody likes to talk about that part of slavery, right? But we were all in it together, though.
Telling me that, oh, I'm not black, and that all of my I can't talk on black men. I can talk on y'all motherfuckers because I date y'all, because I'm black too. So let me give y'all some history because y'all are a little confused between ethnicity and race. So let's talk about that first. So, as a child born in New York at Harlem Hospital, can't get no blacker than that. Today, I took out my weave. If you go to my other video, you saw me being unbelievable. I took off my weave and I got me a wrap, a doobie. If you know, you know. Black. I got a whole weave up in my hair. Black. Not like white people don't wear weave, but we're not talking about them. I'm talking about me and my blackness, and y'all telling me that I'm not black enough. So, in Harlem Hospital, Black Hospital, where I was born in 1970, my birth certificate says that I am a single female child, H for Hispanic, because Latino was not a thing. Latino was a new term. So I guess Latinos are.
So I guess you're Hispanic then, aren't you? Or I guess you're a Hispanic with broad male shoulders. Well, that clears up that black question. Thanks for playing, lady.
Are processing along the same way as black people, because it used to be Negroes, then you were black, then two other things. Now, well, colored, we're not gonna go through it now. African American.
Literally confused. Nowhere along the path from slave to freedmen to Negroes to niggers to blacks to African Americans, we never made a stop at Latino. Not once did we make a stop at Hispanic. Niggas didn't even travel to the Dominican Republic until like the 70s when the drug game kind of took off.
But this term FBA got y'all losing your motherfucking minds. Because slavery was started in the Caribbean before it even came to fucking America. We were enslaved just as you. We all fought for like to make it where we are. Some of the greatest civil rights activists have been of Caribbean descent, like Shirley Chisholm, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Kwame Ture Stokely Carmichael, aka Stokely Carmichael, Maya Angelou of modern day Maya Angelou. So Caribbean people have played a significant role in the advancement of FBAs. And there are many that I haven't mentioned, but I'd be more than happy to do a list. But I don't know why.
Thanks for all you've done, but we're going to be calling ICE now. Appreciate you.
It's the same thing in America. You see your brothers and sisters over there psychologically confused, some of them, not most, but some, talking about they Native Americans. I'm a Cherokee Indian. Your ass is crazy. They won't even let you on a damn Indian reservation. I'm a Cherokee. I'm a Choctaw. I'm a Seminole. And all those Indian tribes used to own black slaves. Nigga, shut up. It's the same thing in America. You see your brothers and sisters over there psychologically confused. Some of them, not most, but some.
Lucky I was never on Team Umar anyway. Umar over there in Africa selling us out, y'all.
Welcome back to class. Today's lesson tackles the phrase, if Black people are so great, then why were they conquered? Well, why and how has anyone ever been conquered? Because conquest is not proof of superiority. It's usually proof of deep insecurity, greed, and fear. And let's be clear, human history is a long one, long enough for every race, region, and empire to rise and fall. The Romans fell, the Persians, Chinese dynasties.
I'm not sure if this bitch is AI or what. Is this computer generated blackness? And if conquest doesn't mean superiority, then what other measure is there? Like your goodness or something? How many bunny rabbits you can pet in a day?
Dynasties, Aztec kingdoms, Greek city-states, they all fell, and surprise, surprise. Did you know that African empires existed, thrived, and fell as well? Mali, Ghana, Sonke, Nubia, Axiom, Great Zimbabwe, all powerful empires that in the span of human existence once existed in powerful splendor for over hundreds of years. And
literally, nobody knows anything about the so-called Great Zimbabwe Empire, by the way. I dare somebody in the chat right now type one amazing fact about the Great Zimbabwe Empire. And don't talk to me about fucking walls. Anything about a wall, though. Nothing about walls, because I know what you niggas gonna do. They built that one big wall. Them niggas stacked some rocks in a line. I need one fact about the Great Zimbabwe Empire. Tell me anything. Who'd they fight? What did they do? What were they known for? Something. I need facts. Somebody tell me about the Great Zimbabwe Empire. I'm going to stop this goddamn show until I learn something more about the Great Zimbabwe Empire. I need somebody to tell me what made the Great Zimbabwe Empire so great. And if they were an empire, that technically means they had to have control over other lands, because If you're an empire, then you went out conquering. So who did they conquer if they're so great? Since you're a computer-generated black woman and you know everything.
And ultimately fell. So the power structures that we see today aren't permanent truths. They're just snapshots in time, because a fall from power is not a reflection of worth. And let's underscore that one does not colonize a place that has nothing. You colonize because there is enough value for you to go to war and risk your entire life over it, whether that's the land or people and or what they harness. And let's talk about what it actually means to be strong. And this idea that Africans were conquered because they were weak. It does not take a genius to kill, pillage, enslave, or erase, because violence is primitive. Empathy, however, is evolved. It's a very fundamental component that humans pride themselves on having in order to separate themselves from all other animals. Though actions do speak louder than words, there's an African American saying that goes, "You are lucky we're only asking for equality and not revenge," because the real...
I'm sorry, there's so much cope and I had like my hands full. I had to stop for a minute. Let's go back a few frames.
It actually means to be strong.
Yes, girl. Please, young woman, tell us all what it actually means to be strong. Tell us why conquering and domination are not signs of outright strength, young girl. Tell us, girl, what it means to be strong.
And this idea that Africans were conquered because they were weak. It does not take a genius to kill, pillage, enslave, or erase, because violence is primitive.
But it takes a genius to organize all those guys into an army, though. Any one guy can do those things, right? How do you find 1,000 guys like that and get them to do that in unison, though? This is why we literally have statues of our war heroes. Shout out to all the Confederate soldier statues, right? You have no idea what it takes to lead men into battle. Have you ever convinced a guy to go kill somebody or maybe die for you? You look like you ain't never had a shooter in your life. You never had one nigga around you that would have shot anybody for you. A chick that ain't never had no shooters gonna tell me about shooting. It's crazy. What are they doing in these schools, man?
Empathy, however, is evolved. It's a very fundamental component that humans pride themselves on having in order to separate themselves from all other animals. Though actions do speak louder than words, there's an African American saying that goes, "You are lucky we're only asking for equality and not revenge," because the real strength is choosing to love over retaliation. It's building in the face of destruction. It's forgiving when the world tells you to rage. And isn't it wild that Black people are still feared, but still hired to raise children, build cities, style culture, refine cuisine, inspire souls through music, and uphold the moral fabric of many bankrupt nations that they are subjugated to, yet somehow are still labeled as dangerous, lazy, inferior, yet somehow also essential? White supremacy is not logical. It's not spiritual. It's not even sustainable. It only works through violence, theft, and narrative control. So
should have never let you niggas get the internet. Telling him. Should have never let you niggas get the internet. Yeah, that's exactly what feminists say, because pro-blackness is really feminism. That's another conversation niggas not ready for. Pro-blackness is just feminism by other means.
Black Americans, listen, please stop referring to yourself as African American. That pan-Africanism, that whole movement to unify Black Americans with Africans, listen, that's a hoax. They want a destiny swap with us. They want to take our culture and our dollars and take it back to Africa. You see what they did with the Essence Festival. If y'all keep feeding into this narrative that we are all the same, they are brothers and sisters, what's going to end up happening is when it comes time for reparation for what our ancestors went through, not theirs, the ones that they sold, not theirs, what's going to happen is they're going to send Black Americans reparations over to Africa. And they are not our friends. They are not our allies. And I hope y'all can realize this and wake up. Black Americans, listen, please.
I think he had the same dream I had. The Africans, they kept their receipt. They are coming back to get us. They said the white man done finished with us. We taking these niggas back.
I'm not trying to scare nobody, but we are in danger. If you haven't been watching the news and checking out everything that's going on, we're in a lot of danger right now because the Constitution, the United States Constitution, as we know it, they about to cut all through that. And we are accustomed to having rights. All of your rights, all of our rights is at risk right now. That whole Make America Great Again, as far as this administration and the way he is going and the way things are going. And when they say great again, that means your ass don't have no rights. If you go and watch Joy Reid videos, if you get an opportunity to watch Joy Reid videos, go watch them. You'll learn a lot, especially her video on slavery. Oh, we're gonna wait till the midterm election comes. Ain't gonna be no midterm election. You better look into getting a dual citizenship somewhere if you can, because things about to get ugly. Things about to get really, really ugly. Yep, and I'm scared. Scared. It might be a point where we might have to pack up our families and leave, because if ICE can get immigrants or whatever and just go and get them and without their due process in court, why can't they do it to everybody else? Now they're doing it to Haitians. And who do you think is?
Why do we have to wrap our blackness around everybody, though? It's one thing, all right, we got to wrap our blackness around all the black diaspora niggas. So, the Haitians, all the Caribbeans, all the Africans, whatever. Now, Ricky is up here like, well, if they can get all the Mexicans, they're going to get the blacks too. And so now we got to wrap our blackness around the Mexicans. Next, they're going to tell us to wrap our blackness around the H-1B visa Indians, right? And I feel like a lot of you niggas going to draw the line when it comes to the H-1Bs. I guarantee you when it comes to the Indians, you niggas will stop, right? That's where you're going to draw the line. That's what it's going to take. Because everybody's cool with Latinos for the most part. It's not like, a serious distaste the way it is with sort of the H-1B gang. And so next they're going to tell you that you got to wrap your blackness around the Indians, man. You like curry chicken? They like curry chicken too, bro. Watch, it's coming.
Next. And they don't give a damn if you're a Democrat or a Republican. They don't care. Nah, they don't care. Get ready. These white supremacy concentration camps, they're all over the country. They're stocking up on weapons. And
white supremacy concentration camp sounds a little exciting. I ain't gonna lie. Do you have a brochure? I got some time coming up. I can take off for work. I've been looking for a new vacation destination. What do you call it? White supremacy concentration camp? So do we just like meditate and focus on our inner white supremacy? Is it a place like up in the mountains where I can channel all of my white chi? I'm kind of curious now. Somebody get me a brochure on white supremacy concentration camp. I bet you that's where the white wellness program started.
Get ready. These white supremacy concentration camps, they're all over the country.
Will there be hunting? A little hunting, a little fishing, maybe some trapping. Might build a fort out in the woods or whatever.
Stocking up on weapons and everything, as if they are preparing for a war. Wow.
Hey, studio, I've tried gator meat. I've had gator nuggets before. Or not like that, but like they chop the gator into little fried up nuggets. I didn't eat the gator's nuggets. You guys are nasty. No, I've tried gator before. We could live off gator. We could mix in some gator into the diet here and there, especially if we're off at white supremacy camp.
We out here popping fans and boots on the ground. They got real boots on the ground because, and the thing about it is, I don't care what you file in court. The Trump administration defined federal judges' court orders and stuff because what's going to happen? They can't put.
You ask Ricky Smiley what the F are you going to do about it? You know what Ricky's going to do? I'll tell you what Ricky's going to do. Ricky's going to do something gay. That's what Ricky's going to do. Now, you guys got to figure out a plan for yourselves. It's all up to you. But Ricky's going to do something gay. That's how he's going to fight white supremacy. He's going to put on a dress and do the Medea thing and all that.
In jail, he has control of the military. What's going to happen if he defy a court order? He's the president, right? Okay. Keep your eyes open. Go to Joy Reid page. Go listen to what Roland Martin has to say. And try to figure out.
So when Trump does the Order 66 on black people, does Joy Reid or like Roland Martin have some kind of compound that we could all fall back on? Like, how come all of these rich niggas that know all this scary stuff about to happen, how come y'all haven't built like the Black Compound Network? We're just, for 25 acres is nothing but rich niggas building the black people's last stand, right? What's up with that? You niggas up here dropping Instagram videos talking about white supremacy camp. Where's black camp? How come you niggas ain't building your mountain redoubt, whatever that word is? How come you're not building your Hitler stronghold up in the mountains of Georgia? Where is the Black Eagle's Nest? I mean, you niggas got the money. Probably got a bunch of Mexicans already working on your team. You just, give them some different tools and let them build the Eagle's Nest for you. Gotta wait on the white man to do everything.
If ICE come and snatch any of us up, what you gonna do? What rights do you have? And even if you have rights, what's the consequence of somebody doing something to you with this administration? Think about it.
So, white supremacy camp. Gotta look that up. I wonder if they're selling tickets, man. Got some time off coming up.
Specifically, since I've got members of the Congressional Black Caucus here talking about how some members of our community are feeling disconnected, saying this is not our fight. This is not something that affects us. And also how even if you're not an immigrant, this is about people who are not white.
So I feel like the prelude was set during the campaign, right? I'm from Ohio. And so during the debate, we would call the conversation, or one of the points that Trump made was that the Haitians were eating dogs and cats, right? And so that was the prelude. This cannot be just about brown people. Like this is about Black people, because you can't look at a Haitian.
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna let you just blow right past it like they weren't eating the dogs and cats. We have concrete, definitive evidence. I did the live stream. It's up on my original channel. We have live confirmation that they just might disappear your cat or your dog, especially if you're in Haiti. I don't even think they have pets in Haiti. If you're a pet, you're just an animal who hasn't made it onto the menu yet, but your time is coming. And look, studio, we already know it's a given that they ate the ducks and the geese, right? Because I've had duck. I've eaten a goose once, right? It was a store-bought goose for Christmas, not like one of you savages. But them eating a duck or a goose isn't really shocking to the American mind. But our cats and our dogs are effectively children. There's entire cities full of women who haven't had children, but they have dogs and cats. And imagine that your dog was eaten by a Haitian. I swear to God, I would turn into a superhero on you niggas. Not even a superhero. You would have to bring the Batman to get my ass off of you. Because the shit I would do to you if you actually ate, it'd be one thing if you kicked my dog. Like, bro, you kicked my dog? Like, really? I might be able to tolerate that. I'd want to kill you then, but I might be able to hold on to that, right? I find out you ate my dog. You're disappearing. One day, you'll just not be around anymore. And then 30 years later, when they're digging up the earth for some new construction site, they're going to find a barrel with half of your body in it because I ain't done with you yet. I mean, I swear to God, what the hell is wrong with you? You're eating people's pets, just snatching dogs up off people's lawns and shit. Nah, bro. I can't imagine, because I would feel almost like you did something to one of my children. Because I had a dog when I was a kid. And I'm just thinking of, like, could you imagine if somebody had an 8 Shadow? Oh my God, I'd still be in jail right now.
American and a Black American and make the distinction. Just like you were saying, someone was asking about your nationality. It's about anybody that is other than white.
First of all, it's important to also remember that there are Black Latinos. It's not just about what country you come from, but as Chantel, Representative Brown pointed to, it's do you look like you are other? They're not distinguishing between U.S. citizens and non-citizens. They're even grabbing tourists off the street now, as we saw in New York. In Virginia, where I represent, the fastest growing immigrant populations have been from African countries.
They're targeting workers in the hospitality industry, Las Vegas. He's targeting garment workers, mothers who were at their child's graduation.
Are you part of the Black Caucus? You look a little Latinish. Look a little Latinx to me, bro.
Ceremonies. He's targeting schools.
Where your people from?
And hospitals through his administration. I'm a son of an immigrant mother who came to the United States with my grandmother to pursue the American
Where your people from, for real though?
dream. This is Caribbean History Month. Black people are affected by immigration policy too, whether we're African immigrants or Caribbean immigrants, and we need a policy that works for our communities. And yeah, they might be targeting certain people in certain communities today, but tomorrow they'll be targeting us.
Where your people from though? I'm just curious, man, because you know, these Black Caucus niggas, they all work for the ops now. You gotta be careful.
I want to express my deep appreciation.
If you want to save the Black community, you're gonna have to vote for a fascist redneck white guy who wants to shut down the border and bring prayer back to school. That's the only hope for the Black man is the racist white guy.
For the leaders who are with us on this call today, and these other
Black leaders, they're gonna have your kids speaking Spanish. I can't trust these black leaders no more.
Privilege to introduce to you someone who I have partnered with, but who Unidos US has partnered with, and who's been a champion for not only the African American community and for civil rights, but for everyone who needs that voice. So it's my pleasure to welcome Mark Morial, President and CEO of the National Urban League.
Let me be succinct. We stand united in our response to the Trump administration's extreme actions in Los Angeles. These actions are a direct assault on civil rights.
Pastor, man, listen, I'm not even trying to pick on your kid, but it's the wave of the future, bro. I said what I said, man. You need that old school white man to be like, America first, fuck everybody else. Let's shut the border down. I can't trust these niggas. These niggas gonna have your kids speaking Spanish, bro.
And democratic norms, and elevate the urgent need for us to stand up and defend communities, particularly Black and brown communities, from unconstitutional overreach.
We're so pleased and honored to have the Reverend Al Sharpton join us today.
I wanted to be on to not only underscore and emphasize the solidarity of National Action Network, but to say this is a human rights issue.
The National Coalition on Black Civic Participation and Black Women's Roundtable President, Melanie Campbell.
And we're all foreigners, whether we came here on slave ships or we came here across a border or on a plane and stayed too long.
President and Executive Director Damon Hewitt. Thank you, brother, for being here today.
This moment demands not just our complete and total attention, but also our complete commitment. That's why we're here today in solidarity.
Next, I want to move to the Legal Defense Funds President, NAACP Legal Defense Funds President and Director, Counsel Janae Nelson. Janae, thanks for so many.
All of your black institutions are heading south of the border now, man.
Times coming to me and
feeling boxed in. Everywhere I go, surrounded by foreigners who want to take my spot.
Offering support. Appreciate you being here today.
To my Latino brothers and sisters, sepan que los vemos, sentimos su dolor y los apoyamos hombro con hombro para.
What did I just tell you? Didn't I call it? Why is the Black Congressional Caucus speaking in Spanish, y'all? How does this help me as a black voter that my congressional caucus is speaking in Spanish? And then don't even get me smarter. Don't even get me started about Minnesota and Somaliland. The niggas having a whole political rallies with clicks and whistles up there. Vote for me. Yo, this whole thing is getting out of control. This whole thing everywhere sucks right now. Everything is awful right now.
Proteger nuestros derechos civiles y humanos. Lucharemos juntos y unidos. Thank you.
Speaking of Minnesota, let's take a look. I want to show you guys something that just happened recently. Let me see if I can dig it up because I don't think I have it in my queue. But I was actually, you know that guy P.F. Jung? He did that conversation with FD Signifier talking about like race and stuff and the Democrat or the progressive movement. And I tried to get on this panel because he had like a sort of open panel, ask me anything type of thing, but he wouldn't bring me up because I don't cam up. So didn't get a chance to talk to him, but I wanted to ask him about this whole thing of race and liberalism colliding. Because the Somali guy just won the Democratic primary for mayor, right? So
Somalia,
that is Jacob Frey, right? This is he is the current mayor, I think, of Minnesota. And there's a weird looking Somalian guy trying to take over. Well, he has won the Democratic primary. And so right now you have basically a Somali insurgency happening in Minnesota.
munaasabadan oo ay soo qaban qaabisay hay-adda People in Action oo ah hay-ad sanad walba qabata munaasabadaha maalmaha xurriyadda oo ay leeyihiin dhalinyaro Soomaaliyeed ayaa waxaa lagu magaalada
Might as well be clicks and whistles too. Shit.
Minneapolis, Jacob Frey.
Amagayga wa Jacob Frey, Yarub, Doka Magalada, Minneapolis.
Imagine having to learn how to speak what is the language in Somalia? They speak Arabic over there, or Somali is its own language. But you had to learn that just to get over there and kiss ass, and they still voted for their cousin anyway, because that's what they're gonna do. Every one of these people are cousins in one way or another, and they're all gonna vote for their cousin or their uncle.
Mufiatai! Satay! It is so good to be here out with our incredible Somali community in Minneapolis. We love you. You make our city a better place.
Where are all the Pan-Africans though? I don't want to do a geography lesson, but I mean, Somalia is in Africa, right? So where are the Pan-Africans? Help me out here. How come I don't see Pan-Africans in the Somali wave? Any you guys want to venture a guess as to why there are no Pan-Africans in the Somali wave? What's up with that? How come the Pan-Africans and the Somalis don't sit at the same lunch table? What's going on there? Isn't this Pan-Africanism though? I mean, for real, Detroit, isn't this Pan-Africanism?
kasoo wareegtay xornimada Soomaaliya markaan iska xoreynay gumaysiga oo Soomaaliya ay xorowday oo awoowayaashiyo iyo ayeeyooyinkan iyo dadkii aan ka soo jeednay oo aan ku abtirsanaynay ay yiraahdeen maya gumaysi aad baan arinta iyada maanta ugu faraxsanahay inaan ka soo qayb galo waxa kale oo in la xuso oo fariin in la inoo diray jiilka anigu aan ka mid ka ahay iyo inta
Is he talking Pan-African? It sounds like he's speaking Pan-African to me. Where are the rest of the Pan-Africans? How come y'all niggas not over there with y'all dashikis supporting the movement? Why you're not networking with these Somalians, huh? What's going on there? I never see Pan-Africans with Somalis, by the way. It's weird how Pan-Africanism doesn't cross the Sahara Desert.
waaweyn inta Soomaaliya maanta xilka haysa iyo inta xil sugaysa iyo inta aan ka haynin dhalinyaradii Mareykanku koray
But I want it to be said that all you niggas are just as gay as Jacob Frey. You're all just as gay as he is. Equally. 100%. I mean, it's just really weird how I don't really see Somalians. Somalia is in Africa, right? Don't make me go dust off the good old globe. Don't make me go spin the globe around, but I'm pretty sure Somalia is in Africa. Like, where else would it be? But somehow we only think of these guys, right? This is the Pan-Africa we see, right? And shout out to this lady in the village cleaning her dirt. You got to keep the dirt organized. You don't want it to get all mixed up. You get the street dirt mixed up with the sidewalk dirt, and then the house dirt gets all mixed up with the street dirt and the sidewalk dirt. You don't want to do that. You got to keep it clean. So shout out to her for cleaning her dirt. But I want to show you something. This is how far people are willing to go to kind of defend the Pan-Africanism of it all. Damn, I can't really access that shit from here. Let me see if there's a way to pull up the quotes. Because this thing has actually been retweeted a lot. But a lot of the people who've retweeted it, for some reason, it's hard to pull up the retweets when I'm on my laptop format. But a lot of the black folks started retweeting it, like defending the African village culture. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure a majority of Africa is still this way, right? Because it just literally takes time for development to reach all the hinterlands and whatnot. Thank you, Freeman's Journal. You saw this. And look, Afro Merchant, I'm not really trying to pick on the lady cleaning her dirt. I mean, it's hilarious in and of itself, right? But she is where she is, and it's not really on me to try to bring her up or take her down to some other level in life. She is where she is, right? But this is what struck me about it. A black woman asked, what's the difference between this and white people living off grid? And that's where I started to, think there's something wrong with the black mind looking at this kind of thing. And this brings me back to the question of black liberation. What is it that we need to be liberated from? Theoretically, I would argue she might be just as free as you and I are in America. She goes about her day, does her little business, and she goes home at night, right? But somehow the idea of black liberation celebrates what she's doing right now as some kind of achievement or a goal for us to aspire to. And so, like, when the people who talk about black liberation, I really need somebody to like break it down to me. What exactly are we being oppressed by? And why shouldn't we be happy that we're not at this level? Why shouldn't we be, dare I say, thankful? This is where these whole religious notions start to come up again, but maybe you should be thankful to somebody somewhere that you're not at this level. You don't have to be at this level. You don't have to travel to a faraway country to get off that level. We're just naturally off that level. And I don't want to be liberated from being, way above this level. Oh, it was Mama Doolittle too. I know who she is too. That's crazy. What's the difference between this and white people living off grid and living off the land? 12 years of syndrome. White people don't use straw to brush dirt onto more dirt because that's functionally retarded behavior at the most base sense of human development. Sweeping dirt is literally retarded. We don't require UN humanitarian aid to feed our children. The difference is this culture offers no other option than the mud hut life. The white guy living in bumfuck nowhere, Alaska, still has running water. Why'd you open yourself up to that? Oh my God, you let the trolls smell you. That's what she get. She let the trolls smell her. Should have kept your mouth shut and just watched the lady brush her dirt. I was content to watch her brushing her dirt. The difference is this is the median experience, abject poverty. It's always the people who are relatively well off saying how amazing this living is, not the people having to endure it daily. Yeah, I don't think you understand that. White people cosplay poverty. That's literally what like camping and hunting. If you are not at the subsistence living level, then you cosplay poverty. Because it's a good thing too, because you know, for those of us who are like suburban and whatnot, we're all modern. It's good to get back to the feel of how it used to be done, right? But there are still people out there who have to do it how it used to be done. Literally living by the old ways. And so I don't want to have to go back in time to get in touch with this kind of blackness, you know. I think we can remember her for her place in the developmental chart and then move on to better things, you know, that deluxe apartment in the sky. Shout out to George and Wheezy. Is canoeing on the lake cosplaying antiquity? I mean, kinda, yeah. Yeah. We got ferries and shit right now. But anyway, I've been at this for a little while. Oh, wow, it's 3.5 hours almost. I was having a good time. We got to get this wrapped up and thrown in the bag. I got to get up out of here, man. I'm going to catch you guys later. Figure out something else to talk about tomorrow, man. We're going to wrap this one up. Thank y'all so much for watching. Appreciate y'all supporting the show. Shout out to all the donations. Thank you so much for dropping $1 in the super chat for me.
Give me the money. Give me the money for all I would do. Give me the money.
Oh, I keep forgetting to put the Venmo crawl up there. And you can catch me on Venmo at The Hoodservative. But that being said, we're going to put this one in the bag. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch y'all later.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.